they pray about it, and that's how the process kind of work. They pick someone for the next position. They prayed about it for who would be good for the role. What about that would make you think that they're able to interpret the Hebrew scriptures better, or know anything more about the Jewish tradition? Because it could just be a Gentile who had nothing to do with the Jewish tradition at all.
That's a good point. It could be like a unqualified individual that was just chosen because they felt the Holy Spirit was saying to choose this person. But I mean, they probably have help, right? They'd be close to people that could help them. Or
Hey, how's it going? Are you 18?
Yep. Well, I'm older.
Nice. Let me change the format. Sorry, I'm still in the other one. Bop bop eat up bop. Yeah. So the inflammatory caption aside, do you believe in God?
Yep.
Yeah. So do you think you have good reasons to believe in God?
Yep.
Let's go through them.
I mean, I can look around and see creation. According to Romans and many other places, that's proof enough for all of us humans to be without excuse.
Okay, so when you say creation, that's just going to be begging the question, right?
No, not really.
Why isn't it going to be begging the question?
Because God created the earth, so if I look at the earth, then, I mean, that's the proof.
Right. So when you say, to answer the question, I just look at the proof that God did it, but that's the question you're trying to prove, so that's just begging the question, right?
No, not really.
So look, do you agree that if everything was created, then it needed a creator?
Yep.
Do you also agree that if everything wasn't created, it didn't need a creator?
If everything wasn't created is already a false statement. What does that? What do you even mean?
Well, it's not a statement, it's a question.
Well, what's everything if it wasn't created? It's nothing.
What do you mean?
You said if everything wasn't created, was there not a creator? If something wasn't created, it's nothing. So your question would be, if nothing was created, was there no creator?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, your question's wrong. That's my point.
No, that wasn't my question. My question wasn't if nothing was created. I'm saying is if everything wasn't created.
Right, and you're still not understanding. What I'm saying is if everything wasn't created, then there's nothing. So your question is wrong.
Right. I'll try one last time, okay?
Well, I mean, yeah, go ahead. Try and rephrase it in a better way because you're still wrong.
Yeah, I'll try because it seems like you're under this idea that you know what I'm trying to ask.
No, I do.
Okay, yeah. Well, you got it wrong twice, so let me try it again.
That's what I tell you. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I believe in an eternal universe, and if the universe is past eternal, sorry, 1 second. If the universe is past eternal, that means it wasn't created. And if the kind of thing that does creating is a creator, we don't have a need for one of those, in my view, right?
Interesting. So if everything wasn't created,
do you understand how you got the question? You were misunderstanding my question now.
No, it still didn't prove my point at all because you're
I know it doesn't prove your point. I'm trying to prove my point.
Well, sorry, it doesn't prove your point. Is what I meant.
Oh, got it. That was a Freudian.
So here's a question for you: if the universe wasn't ever created, it just was somehow.
Yeah.
That makes more sense than God creating it?
I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying which one makes more sense. I'm saying that's possible.
Oh, okay. So you're saying God's not possible?
I think the Christian God is not possible, yeah. But
why is that?
I just think there's a logical contradiction between something being all good and all powerful.
And you don't think there's a logical contradiction to everything in existence somehow already being there and not being created? It just was. You don't think that's a logical contradiction?
I don't. Do you think that matter energy can be created or destroyed?
Yeah, it was created by God, so yes, it can be created, and it can't be destroyed by God.
Are you trying to get the high score of begging the question?
No, not begging the question. I'm just you're talking about logical assumptions, and you just said that everything just was. It just forever was eternal.
No, I'm not saying that. You're saying that.
Yeah, no, Timbal, do you think that you escaped this problem?
What?
Do you think that you escaped the problem of just assuming things have been here forever?
Yeah. 100%.
You do?
Because God created.
Okay, was God here forever?
God was, yeah.
Yeah, just somehow, right?
Well, I'm talking about matter. We're talking
So
about matter.
stop being a condescending fuckwad, right?
No,
And
not.
if
talking
you
about
have
matter.
something on your view
No,
that
yeah, we're
has
talking
been
about.
here forever for
We're
no
talking about the
explanation,
universe.
why
We're
is it
talking
a
about the
problem for me to
universe.
have something on my view that's been
No,
here for always with no explanation?
because we're talking about the universe right now, not God.
No,
Right.
we are talking about God.
The universe has not always been here. You believe it
That's the
has.
claim.
No. The universe has not always been here. That's the
That's the
answer.
claim.
Your claim, which is wrong.
Look, I'm saying that scientists, evidence is suggesting past eternalness is true.
Well, okay, hold on. Let me ask you something personal. You seem like a very baby atheist, like you're new to this. I've talked to a lot of people trying to do what you do.
Yeah.
Doing it much better than you, to be honest. But are you like a newly claimed quote unquote atheist? Because I don't even believe atheists exist. It's not possible to be an atheist.
It's not okay. Then I am a new atheist. Very recent, actually.
Okay, well, yeah, right. So to answer my question, yes.
Yeah, you were dead on about that.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. Not to be offensive, but
No, I'm not offended. I'm like almost like infantile in utero baby atheist.
okay, yeah, well, okay, well, I'm glad you're not offended by that, but you might be offended by me telling you that it's not even possible to be an atheist, even though you claim to be one, right?
What?
Right.
It's not possible.
Right, yeah, because everyone is without excuse. You know, we see through creation that God exists, and that's evidence, and no one will stand before God and say, "Oh my God, I had no idea you existed," right? Because everything has been made plain to us.
Are you
Right.
saying something like the Christian God is revelatory?
Yeah, well, a lot of things have been revealed, but a lot of things haven't been, which we also.
Wait, are you saying something like if I look at a tree, I can infer God?
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's what Romans says. All creation.
Okay, then yeah. Premise one: there exists a tree. Conclusion: God. What's the fill in the blanks for me there?
Well, Scripture fills it in.
Oh, Scripture is a syllogism.
Well, I mean,
Wait. Is syllogism the right word there? I'm a new atheist. Sorry.
you deny it, but just because you deny something doesn't mean it's not true.
I agree. So what's the problem here with you having a past eternal God and me having a past eternal universe? What's the symmetry breaker?
Well, my point is that you're going to sit there and say that the universe has always been here. It was never
Like
created.
you do with God. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. No. Oh, yeah, like I do with God, not the universe. But
Right, not the universe though. That'd be silly.
so you're going to probably, if I had to guess, say
Guess.
it's illogical that I believe that God has always existed.
No, I don't think that. I think it's illogical that you believe in God, but something always existing, I'm fine with.
So why is that? So why is it illogical for me to believe in God, but not?
Wait. Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, are you like a baby Christian? Are you like new to this? Because I've heard people doing this. You see what I'm doing there?
Well, I mean,
Fuck
you're
outta
just
here, bro.
using exactly what I
Later.
said, which is a baby.
Yeah. What's up, Yuji? Love you, man. It's okay. Yuji's playing Fortnite right now. That's fine. I'm kind of doing like a. Well, I mean, I can let you guys up, but I'm trying to really you know. I thought you were gonna dog walk. I am. What's up, Retro?
Not much, man.
Yeah. So
I can drop if you want me to drop.
no, are you a believer?
I'm a baby theist.
You are. Oof.
Yep. I don't believe in a triune God though. My God has 5 heads.
I knew you from somewhere. Hey, what's up, P. Mars? Are you here to debate or just hang out? That's fine. Hang out. What's up, OMG?
Have you ever considered that God is the necessary precondition for all knowledge?
Either you're serious right now, or you're an atheist LARPing. Which one is it?
I'm fucking trolling, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's stupid to think there's a necessary precondition for knowledge.
Bro, you hit the script too clean. Okay.
Dude, I've heard
if
it too many times.
if you'll accept-
I'm like shit at philosophy, so like all I know how to do is embarrass the tag motherfuckers. That's like it.
You don't think there's preconditions for knowledge?
I mean, other than like your axioms.
What?
Like you just assume your axioms, and those allow you to know things, and that's it. It's the same for theists as it is for atheists. As it is for
Instantly
anyone else.
contradict yourself. Okay, great.
P Mars, bring Darth up.
Am I not wrong? Am I wrong? Or like
You instantly contradicted yourself. You're a grade A moron.
axioms just allow you to know things. Like that's it.
Wait, axioms allow you to know things? Okay, so
They just know things.
when you said you're not good at philosophy, you were being sincere.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a baby.
I don't judge you about that. Usually,
Well,
I wish
because am I
that you were
not wrong? Like when people run tag, the biggest problem they run into is that like all worldviews are gonna hold to like unjustified presuppositions, right?
No.
Well, not tag though. Tag is going to be self-authenticating, right?
Well, but
No,
that's just like circularity.
Tag
Am I
rests on religious
right?
dogma.
Yeah. Nobody knows what it means, but they're going to say that.
When we're talking about ultimate standards, circularity is unavoidable.
I know.
Well, yeah, that's like if like you saying that like the revelatory power of God is like self-authenticating, right? That's the same thing as me saying like, well, I just base like the laws of logic or whatever on reality itself, and then I view reality itself based on like my senses and all that shit. That's like all circular. Just like saying God is self-authenticating is circular, right? Like,
No.
it's just an unjustified presupposition.
No.
Unjustified.
You don't need God for logic.
You're right. I agree.
Yes, you do. How would you?
You just need reality.
Wait,
You just
Rab,
need the world
Rab,
around you.
No.
I like you. I'm going to have some actual ops up here, okay? Have a good day, man.
Have a good day, man.
Yeah, I love that guy. I didn't want you to scare away my new friend, okay?
I got something to say, host.
Yeah, what's up?
I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you.
Bro, your laugh is the G word.
P Mars, bring Darth up. What you doing, bro?
Yo, Yuji, are you still lagging?
Yo, no, I should be good now.
Okay, yeah, you are good. You are good. Hey, what's up? You like my prompt? Huh?
I love it. It's beautiful, just like you.
Look at my little dog over here. Huh?
Wait, I didn't notice that. That's actually funny.
Yeah, it's cute. People can see it when they comment. Hey, 1 Peter 3:15, 1 Thessalonians 5:17, Matthew 6:6, request up, defend your faith.
Hey, by the way, I brought you from like 100 likes to like 1.7K.
Okay, you know what? Thank you.
You can look.
What's up, Scholastic fan? Yo, Bert, you can request back up. I just kicked you for the fun of it.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, do you believe in God?
I do.
Do you think that you have good reasons?
Yep.
Yeah, I care about the reasons part. God can be true, that's fine, But I care that you have good reasons. So what are the good reasons?
There's various arguments for God that I find compelling.
Yeah, so you wanna pick your favorite one?
You can do. Do you know the argument called De ente ad essentia?
The end of above? No, I don't know it.
It's an argument from the distinction between essence and existence.
Okay.
Yeah. So the argument.
Is it like in syllogistic form or no?
I can find a syllogistic.
It's okay. You can render it informally. That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. The argument. I mean, basically off the top of my head, the argument is like whatever belongs to a thing is either caused by the principles of its own nature, or from an extrinsic cause or principle. So an example is like the property or the ability to laugh is caused by the nature of what it means to be a human being. So that's an intrinsic cause. So the property of laughter, the ability to laugh, that's caused by some intrinsic principle.
Wait, are you saying that like humor is like specific to humans?
Not humor. I didn't say, and it's not specific either, but the ability to laugh It's just it's not a what's the name? It's not and it's not an only not only specific to humans. There might be some other animals or something that laugh. But the whole point of the premise is that whatever belongs to a thing, so whatever property that a thing has, it's either caused by the thing's nature, something intrinsic to it, or it's caused by something outside of it, something extrinsic to it.
Okay,
That's
and
like
then the argument's going to be something like you're saying it's going to be intrinsic, right?
no. So the argument is going to be the essence of a thing can't be caused by its intrinsic principles, right? The things what a thing is, its nature can't be caused by it to exist by some intrinsic principle. Why? Because then it must precede its own existence, right? It would have to exist first for it to cause itself to exist,
Wait,
which is impossible.
this is an argument for God?
Yes, yes, it is an argument from God.
Okay, so what's maybe I'm impatient, but okay. So I don't think that essence is like real unless you're talking about like in a poetic sense of the term, like his very essence was like humor or something.
All I mean by essence is just the thing's nature, what it is.
Okay,
Like there's a
I
distinction
agree.
between
So like the law of identity or something.
it doesn't. I mean, sure, you could. I'm not saying the law. The law of identity is a law, but all I'm saying is there's a distinction between what I am and that I exist. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Right. And something we can know what something is without knowing that it is. So, for example, we know what a unicorn is, even though
Right.
unicorns
Okay,
don't
so this
exist.
is okay. Yeah, like some correspondence theory, like objection or something, where like unicorns have one horn, but they don't correspond to reality. That kind of deal.
Well, we're not talking about the correspondence theory of truth here, but so the point here of the argument is that so the first premise is whatever belongs to a thing is either caused by the principles of its own nature
Yeah.
or from an extrinsic cause or principle. Okay, that's the first premise.
Yeah.
The second premise is now a thing's existence itself cannot be caused by its own nature because the thing would then be its own cause and it would bring itself into being, which is impossible.
Okay. Do you think that God brought himself into being?
No.
You think God was caused by a prior state of affairs?
No.
Okay. What caused God to come into being?
Well, first of all, I'm not positing the existence of God from the beginning of the argument, but from the definition of God, he is eternal. There is nothing that causes him.
Okay, so that just defeats your argument, right?
How does it defeat my argument? Do you remember the second premise?
Yeah, something along the lines of like if something came from within its own essence, then it's its own cause or something.
No, our premise was now a thing's existence cannot be caused by its own nature because that thing would then be its own cause and it would bring itself into being.
That's what I just said, right? What's the difference between that and what I just said? Because I thought I tracked it pretty well, right?
Okay, so I want you to derive. Maybe I didn't hear you correctly. Can you derive the P and not P, the contradiction here? So now existence
I'm
itself.
not saying it's contradictory. I'm saying that like God would fall victim to whatever you're trying to attack with premise 2.
Okay, now I need you to explicate how.
Yeah, because God's nature caused itself.
I just denied that.
Well, God's nature was uncaused. Is that what you're saying?
God is, and he is not caused it whatsoever.
Yeah. So I mean, okay, you can keep going. Premise 3 or conclusion? What is it?
Yeah. So, So then the premise 3 is therefore everything whose existence is something other than its own nature has existence from another.
Oh, and then so that's going to support premise 2, where like God doesn't have existence other than his own nature.
Well, I'm not done with the argument, but the conclusion would be God's his essence just is his existence.
Okay, so that is there going to be like an ancillary argument, or is this like a multi-premise argument?
There's 5. I think there's 5 premises or 6 premises. Yeah. So premise 1. Okay, we got for 3 premises. Um, then the let me see. I'm trying to. This is just coming right off the top of my head.
You're good.
Okay. Therefore, everything the existence of which is other than its own nature has existence from another. Then we're going to get from that premise. From that premise, we're going to have to. Then we're going to say everything whose existence is from another is reduced to that which exists through itself as its first cause.
Everything whose existence is not from another has something else to
It's
establish its
through
first
another.
cause.
Through another, yeah. It's reduced to that which exists through itself.
I know that you're freestyling this, so I appreciate that. There's just going to be a lot of rehashing this, so maybe it is best that I write this down.
Yeah, I mean, I can even tell you the name of the argument. You could even look it up really quick.
Okay, yeah, it's the argument from essence versus actuation or something.
It's I'll just type it in the chat, like the formal name of the argument.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's called de ante argument.
I think you're doing a great job, Scholastic fan.
Okay, so yeah, what's de ante arguments? I want it in formal notation. SCP? SCP?
It actually might be the argument. You could find it. Let me see. I'm looking it up myself on my computer. See if you can.
Okay, so a nature can be considered absolutely or according to the being it has in this or that individual.
Wait, say that again. Sorry.
A nature can be considered absolutely or according to the being it has in this or that individual. Premise 2. If a nature is considered absolutely, then it is not one. For if oneness were included in the nature of humanity, e.g., then humanity could not exist in many human beings. This doesn't sound like what you were saying.
No, that's definitely not my argument. Yeah. Where do you get that
from? De ente et essentia. Maybe you were calling your argument by the wrong name?
How about this? How about this? I'll tell you the website that I'm using the argument from, and that might be better for you to just type it in with that. I'm about to pull up the website right now. Some arguments for classical theism. Okay, so type in on Google some arguments for classical theism. Medium, and after that put the word medium. You'll see a post by Puda, something by Puda.
I'm sorry. Some arguments for classical theism, medium, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You see a Puda. Okay, so then when you click it, scroll down to an argument that's called
a paywall.
You know, you could click. I should let you read it for free. This one page.
Yeah.
So, you can either do the if you scroll down, it says Aquinas' De Ante
argument. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. And so that's an easier version of the
everything whose act of being is distinct from its nature must have its essence as act of being from another. Everything that has it. Okay. Conclusion: everything whose essence is distinct from its nature is caused by something that has essence from itself. Okay, so I'm glad that we found this. So what's the argument that everything whose act of being is distinct from its nature must have its act of being from another?
So
First of all, I'm not sure what that means. Second of all,
so that's similar to the first premise I read, where it says anything that belongs to a thing is either caused by the principles of its own nature or from something extrinsic. So that's basically saying whatever property you have, the property you have is either something intrinsic to you. So then your nature is causing the property you have. So for example, you're a human. You're a human. In virtue of being a human, right, you have the ability to laugh or reason, let's just say, for example. That's something intrinsic to you. But an example of something extrinsic to you might be, let me think of it. For example, light. Okay, sunshine in the sky. The sky doesn't have sunlight in virtue of it being a sky. The sky only has sunlight in virtue of the sun, the sun beaming its rays through the sky. Right. So those are the two different types of causes here.
Okay, so it seems to me like my original objection is going to go through, whereas like, look, it seems like God is going to be like a victim of whatever distinction you're trying to draw between something that isn't caused and something that's caused is only from its nature or something. Well, I don't understand why that's not the case.
Remember the first for us for my view. If you remember, if you look at the minor premise, it says everything whose active being is distinct from its nature must have essay from another. But under my view, God's active being is not distinct from his nature. God simply is his own active being.
Okay, so why isn't that the case for like? Can God laugh?
No,
God can't laugh.
no, it doesn't laugh.
What?
You
Yo,
know what
perfect.
divine
Yo,
simplicity
Cage,
is?
thank you.
Do
Yeah,
you know what?
so Cage, do
Yes.
you know anything about Aquinas' Deante argument?
Hmm. Oh, right. Like you can't hear me when I mumble. Yeah. Yeah. Like
Uh,
actually inquiring Thomism, but
you said what?
I said I'm sympathetic to Thomism if I were to lean towards like theism. But
Okay,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
So my question, right? It seems like the second premise is just going to apply to whatever notion of God is being employed. Like, what do you think about that?
Well, yeah, this is one of Aquinas's like secondary arguments. It's like, well, I mean, Scott, did you already run through the primary arguments to even establish
You
this
mean
second
the
part?
distinction between essence and existence?
Well, no, like even just establishing the metaphysics, like the Aristotelian stuff.
Like act and potency and stuff.
Oh, yeah, and then like extracting God from these like distinctions and all that.
No, we
Like,
haven't got. I just gave him like a syllogism. Just ran through the syllogism.
well, that's why it's not working because you need to establish primarily the metaphysics that which like dictate particular things about God, about how he's not, about like that he's ase and that he's like pure act and all that stuff that you need to establish first. Because obviously he's going to ask about the second premise, what version of God's being used, because it's
Yeah.
not established yet.
Yeah, he's asked me that, and I explained to him that. He was like, "Well," he's like, "Well, how is God exempt from the premises?" And I was like, "Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I said, God, the premise here says that who everything whose active being is distinct from its nature must have essay from another. Well, it wouldn't apply to God because God simply is just his active being, right? He's just
Yeah,
simply.
that's like why I'm having, because usually people don't object to premise two if they like understand. Sorry, I'm moving something. If they understand like just that simple distinction of like active potency, but maybe, well, I mean, presumably Zach understands that, but um, I don't know.
I
Maybe it's
mean,
like the
yeah. So there was like a freestyle of the argument being rendered, right? And then we got onto this like actual Aquinas's like minor and major. Everything whose active being is distinct from its nature must have its os from another. Major premise: everything that has that from another is caused as by its first cause by something that has it through itself. Conclusion: everything whose s is distinct from its nature is caused as by its first cause by something that has s through itself, like s tantum.
do you qualify as that's efficient cause there?
Yeah, I mean, I explained the different type of causes. Well, I explained like I gave him examples, so I gave him an ostensive definition. I didn't say it was an efficient cause, but I did get it. I did give examples of the causality.
Okay, because like Aristotle was very particular about like causality. He had five types of causes. And there are different times that they're being invoked differently in like Thomistic arguments. And that one there sounds like they're talking about some efficient cause. And in their view, God wouldn't have any efficient cause. He's like um, the prime, like I think it's either final. Is it the final cause?
Well, he is a final cause, but the word you're looking for is first cause.
First cause. Yeah. So he's the first cause. So you'd have no efficient cause. That's why it wouldn't
Yeah.
apply to God.
Okay, but okay then maybe under like the syllogism, like right, that God isn't apt to that, but like what does that do as far as like establishing like that God exists.
So the whole point of the argument is like, okay, so we started with the distinction between essence and existence, or you don't have to posit like this thing called essence. You can just say the fact that something, what a thing is, and the fact that it is. Okay, we established that distinction.
Yes.
Now we're saying anything's thatness, whatever thing that exists, if a thing that exists, its thatness is distinct from its isness, so that it exists, right? It has to have its existence from another. Okay, it can't have its existence in itself.
Yeah, but
Distinct.
okay, but what's to say, right? That
It's not just it's not existence. It's like there's matter and form, okay? And it's to say that these things gain their matter, which is what the thing is, from something else, or it like comes to fruition from something else. And God wouldn't have any like fundamental substrate, right? That would just be categorically wrong.
Yeah. I guess my question now is like why are we saying that like this essence, right? This isness, why does it have to come from another like being? Why can't it be
we can go through that.
Sorry, one second. Why can't it be like an emergent property of some like complicated like you know?
Okay, so we can go through that, right? So remember, so this will be this, unless you deny the dichotomy. The things, remember from the first kind of freestyle argument, I explained that it's either caused by something intrinsic or something extrinsic.
Yeah.
Something in itself or something outside of it.
Yes.
Okay. Now, a thing's existence cannot cause itself to exist.
It has to be outside of itself, I agree.
Okay. So then we move from the one horn of the dichotomy to the other horn. So the other horn is that it is caused by something extrinsic.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. So then when we move from it being caused from something extrinsic, we move from that thing to the thing that caused it. We will just move one number further down. Okay?
I agree.
And then we would apply the same dichotomy.
Extrinsic.
Okay.
All the way down.
Now the question is, can this extrinsic causality go on ad infinitum?
No. Wait. Okay. Okay. I guess I've been thinking about this from a human perspective. But you're saying like you're saying like for. Yeah, I think it can. Why can't it?
Okay. I can establish why it can't.
Yeah, so let's say like for humans, I understand that like it's gonna bottom out at some point, right? But then there's gonna be like rocks and nature and shit and reality, right? Why can't that go on past infinitely?
Okay, so
hey, Cage, am I like misunderstanding?
No, you're doing good.
Okay, cool.
You're gonna summon Ruckster, god damn it!
No, you're doing good. You're doing good.
Okay.
So now this is where a lot of misconception about the argument goes. Is there's two different types of causal series for in philosophy. There's a causal series that goes back in time, and there's a causal series that goes in terms of fundamentality or hierarchical causal series. So, for example,
are you saying like wait? Let me just try. Are you saying something like temporally antecedent versus causally antecedent?
That's okay. That's similar. Yeah. You're right. You're on the right track.
Oh, he's just giving per se and per accidence causal series.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, a per accidens causal series. None of the latter members in the causal series concurrently depend on the earlier members in the causal series. What do I mean? So I'm gonna give an example of a per accidens causal series. A father produces a son, who produces a son, who produces a son, so on and so on.
Okay.
Now, when my grandpa produced my father, and when my father produced me, my grandpa can die. My grandpa, God forbid, let's say he dies right now.
Yeah.
My father will still exist, and I will still exist. My existence, at every moment I exist, isn't dependent on the existence of the earlier members of the causal series, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in this type of causal series, I concede that this type of causal series could, in principle, go on ad infinitum.
Okay.
And that's because none of the later members concurrently depend on the earlier members for their existence at every moment they exist. So that's the per accidens causal series. Now we have a different type of causal.
Can I say that to you so I make sure I understand it? So like,
Yeah, go ahead.
Per accidens is going to be something whose like causal chain isn't dependent on something that is like temporally after, right? So like a father can have a son, right? Like a family tree is going to be something that doesn't depend on anything in the future. I think that's wrong, but
Well,
I'm trying.
the present, the later members don't depend on the earlier members at every moment that the
Oh, I get it.
later
Yeah, yeah.
members
So,
exist.
so the son depends on the father, but the grandson doesn't depend on the granddad. It just depends on the father.
Well,
Is that right?
Well, okay, so you're close, but it's remember I'm saying at every moment that you. So, for example, when you were conceived, right, your dad could just die, and you would still go on existing.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Obviously, in order for you to come into existence, your dad had to exist, but
Yeah,
that
but he didn't
doesn't
have to
mean.
stay existing.
But that doesn't exactly. There
Yeah,
we
yeah.
go. So that's
Okay,
the
so
type of causal
that's gonna be
series.
per accidens, right? And then
Right.
per se is just gonna be in like in the normal, like because colloquially we say blah 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 per se, right? So it's gonna be some like everything. Like, let me just try before you explain it. Okay, it's just gonna be the inverse, right? Right.
Yep.
It's
So
just
so so
necessary
it's like I
contingents.
can't think of an example. Oh, sorry, Cage. What'd you say?
It's per se just means necessary, and per accident sometimes is like cashed out as contingencies, but that depends on the type
And
of
it's gonna
person
be
who's
like
cashed it.
necessary in the philosophy sense of the word.
Yeah. Well, no, not as in this is like true in all possible worlds. It'd be some like modal use of, or not modal use of. Of course, it's fucking modal. It would be some how do I put this? Some weird ontological use of necessary.
Where
Um,
it's like it couldn't be without like the effect couldn't be without the cause or something.
no,
That's
it just is in virtue of nothing else.
okay. So kind of like brute, but applied to cause and effect.
That's an objection you can make. Modal collapse, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, so you want me to explain per se, and I'll give you some examples?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so a per se causal series is a series where the members derive the causality of the series from later members, from earlier members, and depend on the earlier members for the causality that they have. So, an example that Aristotle gives is you have the mind or mental agent who moves his hand to move the stick to move the stone. Now,
Yeah. Okay.
okay, now, okay. Now, in this example, if my hand just no longer existed, right? Then the stick would no longer move the stone, right?
Right.
The stick would no longer move the stone.
Or
If
like
my,
a
this,
like a chain of dominoes, right? Every one is needs the prior one.
Well, no, the dominoes is more per accidens because after the first domino falls, you can remove the first domino from
Right.
the
Okay.
series.
Yeah. So I'm so sorry. This is just so this is so opposite of the way that I'm used to thinking. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Okay.
Okay.
Keep
So
going. Sorry.
okay, so with this type of causal series, and I can give you more examples, but with this type of causal series, each later member depends on the earlier member at any moment that the later members exist. So if you remove something in the middle of the chain, all the things in the that go after the one that you removed would fall out of the causal picture, right?
Wait. 1 second. 1 second. Why is that not true in the domino case?
Well, it's not true in the domino case because, wait, okay, so
It is true in the domino case.
because the domino, well, it depends what you mean. If you're saying because
If
we're
you
talking
remove the
about
middle domino, everything after is not going to happen.
well, it's not about whether it's not going to happen. It's whether the causality because we're talking about something that's already caused. If the dominoes haven't already failed, then of course nothing would go. Like that's like saying
Okay,
if
got it.
I die.
So my example is like looking at a line of already fallen dominoes. If I remove the middle one, it's not going to make a difference.
Yes, right.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Okay, so now the question is, can the per se series can that go on ad infinitum, and I'm going to provide an argument that it can't go on ad infinitum.
Well, I would say like as far as like that for like the universe being past infinite, I don't really understand why there's any significant. Why does it matter if you're using per accidens or per se causal chain? Is it like
Okay.
causal chain theory or causal
Yeah,
chain
causal.
like
You
rule?
can say causal chain. Sure, you can say
Yeah, yeah.
causal.
So whether it doesn't seem to me like it matters too much whether you're using a per accidens or a per se causal chain. It seems to me that both of them could be possible on a past infinite universe. But go ahead and
Okay.
explain to me why they
So
can't.
okay, so I remember. So at first, I already conceded that a per accidens chain could, in theory, go on ad infinitum.
Yeah,
I would agree, past and future.
yeah.
Okay, and I actually think even though
And
I'm
so,
a
and also wait, and just to be clear, you're like the work that you need to do, right? We both agree is to say that not only is per se is like is like unintuitive, but it's like it's like impossible, right?
per se for it to go on ad infinitum.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
what I
cool,
have to show. Yeah.
cool.
Okay. So, so for example, the reason why the distinction does matter, because you asked why it doesn't seem like it matters, is I actually think even though I'm a Christian, so we believe that God created the world ex nihilo, from nothing. So
Yeah, yeah. From nothing.
it wasn't eternal. Even if God did eternally create the universe, the causal series would still be he would still be the first cause in a per se causal series,
Right,
right? Not in
and
a
that could be infinite even though there was a first cause.
so the per accidens can be infinite, right? It can be infinite, but the per se can't. So if God, even the universe was eternal, I still would have an argument. This argument, like this, so basically, this argument doesn't treat anything about time. My argument isn't even about time at all.
Yeah, like it doesn't turn on the fact that the past universe is true
Yes,
or not.
exactly. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So now I can move on to proving why this type of causal series is can't be infinite.
Stephen, the argument is Aquinas' Deonte argument.
Okay. So this argument to prove that it can't go on infinitely is just 7 premises. And I use an example of an extension cord and an extension cord and what is it? A charger. Okay, so you're kind of muted right now.
Thank you for pointing that out. I'm so stoked to hear your chapter book of premises, right? Can you real quick just say the P and not P that you're gonna derive with this and then employ it?
Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Okay. So it's going to be if none of the members have power in itself, then no member can have power in another. Or causality. You can change the word causality to power, or you can change the word power to existence. It doesn't matter. It's just about the causality. So that's the P. So it's a conditional statement. If no member has power in itself, then no member can have power in another. I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to formulate an IP. Let me see.
And then if it has power, it can have power in another. Would that be the not P?
If no member has power in itself, then no member can have power in another. But a member, but a member, but these members. Wait.
I appreciate you being honest about this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, a lot of negatives mixed with a not P is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole so it's kind of hard to think about. But okay, so maybe I could just summarize this in 2 sentences. Basically the point is going to show that there exists such a chain of causes who do not possess the causality of the power in themselves.
And there does not exist that chain.
Well, okay. Well, that would be the It's kind of hard to derive. I wish we could just go through the premises, but yeah, I understand.
Let's go through the premises. That's fine. The reason I asked this because I thought it would be faster, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be faster.
Okay, so let's just premise one. It's pretty simple too. It says,
"Do you have this written down?"
Yeah, it's on my Medium.
Cool.
Yep. So the first premise is in a causal series, an extension cord can either have power in itself or it can have power from another.
I agree.
Okay, that's just a conditional. Like it's a by condition. Okay. Now the second premise: if an extension cord has power in itself, then the extension cord does not depend on another for its power.
If it has power in itself?
Yes. So if it can produce its own electricity.
Okay, this is going to be the extension cord that's plugged into the wall?
Well, so this conditional, it says if an extension cord has power in itself, so if it produces its own electricity in itself, then it does not depend on anything else for its own electricity.
Okay, so we're imagining some like extension cord that can produce power.
Right.
Just for the hypothetical. Okay.
Right.
Cool.
If it can produce power in itself, then it does not depend on another for its power.
Got it. Okay, I agree.
Okay, so first two premises are good. Now, 3 is an extension cord does not have power in itself.
Well, but you know I'm going to object to this premise, right?
Why?
Yeah, because we just said that we created these magic extension cords that give power, and now you're just stipulating that like we know extension cords don't power themselves; they need a power source.
Well, I'm saying, so the second premise was a hypothetical. It was an if an extension cord has power in itself.
Yeah.
If it does have power in itself,
then okay, then I guess so. Then I would take objection to that premise. Then, well, if it's the condition, I don't think the conditional's met. That's what I'm saying. But you can keep going. Let's just see.
So then the argument. So let's say you agree with the first two premises. So why do we think premise 3 is true? An extension cord does not have power in itself.
I think that's true.
Okay.
Oh, and that just satisfies the conditional from earlier. Yeah. Okay.
Because the conclusion would be hence an extension cord must have power in another. So that would be so yes, right.
Okay, and I assume that there's another argument that
3 more premises.
Let's get it.
Okay. Now premise 5. Okay, so premise 3 was an extension cord does not have power in itself. Premise 4 is hence an extension cord must have power in another.
Got it.
Okay. Premise 5. If there is an infinite series of extension cords where every member has power in another, no member has power in itself. We agree. That just follows from what we agreed with. And this is still a conditional. This is a conditional. But this just follows from what we've already said above. If you have an infinite, because remember, extension cords don't have power in itself. So if we had an infinite amount of extension cords,
I agree. Yeah.
Okay. Then none of the members have power in itself.
Yeah, it's just going to be trivially true. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm reserving the right to object to premise 2 and 3, but I'll save it.
Okay. Premise 6 is if no member has power in itself,
they must have power from another. Conclusion: they have power from another.
Wait, no, that's not it.
Right, keep going.
Premise 6 is if no member has power in itself, then no member can have power in another. So if in that infinite extension cord, if none of the members have power in itself, then none of those members will be deriving power from another.
Say the last one again.
If no member has power in itself, then no member has power in another.
Okay, that's also just going to be like trivially true from what we've said.
Okay, so then the conclusion is, therefore, an infinite series where every member has power in another is impossible.
Okay, but like, so I understand this.
This seems wrong.
Yeah, I understand this from like an extension cord hypothetical perspective, right? But like, there's no reason for me to think that like reality.
Yeah, I don't think the extension cord example is true either.
Okay, okay, give me like the something.
Just imagine an extension cord, right? And then it doesn't have power from itself. It has power from the extension cord that precedes it, and that extension cord doesn't have power from itself. It has power from the extension cord that precedes that extension cord. Right?
Okay, and
that just goes on. Where's the problem?
And what explains why any of the extension cords have power at all?
The previous one.
From the one that precedes it.
Exactly. That's what I said.
Okay, wait. So you're saying what you're saying is in this infinite series, none of the extension cords produce power, right? But somehow they're all deriving power from.
What do you mean somehow? I thought we explained how.
Mm-hmm.
No, you didn't explain how. You just posited that it was the case.
Look,
I did explain how. What explains any given power cord having electricity is from the prior power cord.
No, I'm asking you, why is there power at all?
For any power cord, for any extension cord E, there's going to be extension cord E minus 1.
I'm asking you for the entire series, in the series, right? What explains why there is power in at all?
Well, so Scholastic, are you asking at what point is it going to plug into the wall?
No, I'm not asking that. I'm asking.
Are you asking at what point is it going to have a final, like a beginning to the power source?
No, I'm not trying to beg the question. I'm just asking.
He's doing like a contingency argument, I think.
Yeah. So, what is the problem, right? So premise 2 and 3 there were already like blazing my alarms, right? But what's going to be the problem with an infinite series of power coming from a prior extension cord?
Okay, so the problem here is this: is what I'm going to say is that basically the only way you can really explain why the thing has power in itself is that there is actually no explanation. It's just a brute fact that there is just infinite extension cords, right? That have power.
I mean, but you do that with God, right?
What?
Like, does God exist for another reason?
Does God exist for? There is no reason why God exists.
Right. So God's brute, right? So it seems like
he just is.
Right.
He just is his
so
existence.
so if a past infinite universe just is, it seems like we have equal explanatory power.
Well, okay. I mean, we're not talking about the past. Remember, we're talking about.
I don't think I'd talk about explanatory power. I think I would talk about the amount of bruteness. So you have
your view will still lose off of the amount of brute facts, which is just the infinite set of contingent things, which would require brute facts as opposed to Scholastic's view.
You said an infinite set of contingent things would require brute facts?
No, I'm saying that if you just say that the extension cords, there's an infinite set of extension cords, or however many, and they have no explanation in themselves, and you just take that brute fact, and you're saying, well, you have a brute fact, which is God, you would still lose.
Wait, but our extension cords
aren't him having one brute fact and you having multiple brute facts.
No. Our extension cords aren't brute. It's each one is explained by the previous cord.
No, I know, but he's asking what explains the fact that there's power at all, and you're saying that the set of things that have power don't have an explanation. But he's saying that they do have an explanation, so he has his view has more explanatory power than yours, so you wouldn't be inclined to take that.
No, it's not going to be the case that we have infinitely many unexplained brute facts. It's going to be the set.
Not infinitely. You would just have whatever set. You'd have an unexplained set, and he would have one particular thing.
Can't we just construct like a similar argument, like in whatever analogous argument it would be for, the argument that you can't have like a set of all contingently true propositions or a conjunction of all of them.
Yeah, you can just deny that there is such a okay. So there is a debate about whether there is even a set of there's the big CCF, the BCCF, right?
Yeah.
And people just deny that there exists the BCCF. But the reason why they deny it. The reason why they deny it has something to do with the nature of propositions and set theory to begin with. But obviously here, so what you could just say is that, because all I'm saying is, okay, all you're going to just say is there is no such thing as, but I guess then you just deny the hypothetical. And I'm trying to think about.
Wait, but Scholastic, in my worldview,
you can deny the hypothetical.
I do believe in a past eternal universe, right? I do believe that.
Yeah, because you're asking for what sufficiently explains the conjunction of all of the power chords, right?
Well, not that the power chords are all connected. I'm asking you just what explains why.
I didn't say they're all connected. I said the conjunction of all of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And then you can just do the usual argument.
Yeah, I'm just
you
asking
could,
what
or you could
explains why
reject the
any of the power
hypothetical
chords. Why
because
does
it
it? What?
doesn't track onto the first way exactly.
Huh?
Well, I'm not arguing the first way though. I'm arguing the Deante
Deontay.
argument. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're saying so
Oh, it
Scholastic.
doesn't track onto there either, right? Because there'd be an assumption of a distinction between essence and existence, which is embedded into the hypothetical of the power chord, instead of like you can't make the hypothetical assuming nominalism, right?
Yeah, but he already, for the sake of the argument, he said he granted that there is a distinction between that a thing is and what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, well then you're inevitably gonna fall into this conclusion. If you're a realist about essences, you're gonna fall into this conclusion inevitably.
Oh, okay. So
Wait, by the way,
I'm
structure
not.
sign play. What did you say I wasn't tracking about? I'm not sure what I
The
wasn't
initial
tracking.
thing when you first came in about the extension chords having power into another, what I was saying you were
What
tracking.
was I not tracking about with respect to that?
Because that was in relation to the initial syllogism that was laid out, where the host already accepted that isn't the case. He accepted a set of premises that would inevitably lead to the conclusion that there can't be just power from another power from
Why
another.
does that mean? Why does that mean I'm not tracking because I object to some of the premises?
No, it wasn't that you were
Also, I'm not clear how I accepted that because I like raised an objection to premise 2 and 3, and
Wait,
maybe,
to which
maybe
argument?
there's just some intuition I have about like that a thing is rather than is a thing.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that syllogism he laid out in the case of the extension chord. That all those premises are true in those conditional statements.
But premise Scholastic, can you just say premise 2 and 3 again?
From the extension chord analogy?
Yeah, exactly.
Premise 2 was if an extension chord has power in itself, then the extension chord does not depend on another for its power.
Do you have this do you have this like formalized?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say formalizing like there's like
logical notation.
The premises are numbered.
That doesn't mean it's formalized.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said it's not like there's like a modus
Wait, but
ponens.
Scholastic, do you remember? I said, so that premise 2, right? If it has power in itself, does that mean it's like plugged into some source? And you said, no, we're making up like these magical power producing extension chords for this hypothetical, right?
Yeah. The hypothetical is if an extension chord basically instead of saying power, let's just use the word electricity.
Okay.
If an extension chord has or produces electricity in itself, so it's of the nature that it just produces its own electricity, then that extension chord does not depend on another for its own electricity. That's just true.
Then premise 3.
Premise 3 is an extension chord does not have power in itself.
Yeah. So do you understand my problem with saying like if we're creating these magical extension chords for this hypothetical, right? That maybe I'm dumb, right? I'm fully accepting that I could just be like just nuking this, right? But if we're granting that, like, for the sake of getting through this hypothetical, we're saying that like some extension chords are going to rely on others for power, and some are going to be able to create power, right? Why do premise 2 and 3 not just like I don't know, beg the question of what type of extension chord it is? Am I dumb?
No, so because this falls from premise 1. Premise 1 was in a causal series, an extension chord can either have power in itself or it can have power from another. That's the first.
If it has power from itself, it doesn't have power from another. Is the conditional in premise 2?
If an extension chord has power in itself, then the extension chord does not have power from another.
And then premise 3,
an extension chord does not have power in itself.
Yeah. So
therefore,
I don't think. Wait, you don't need the conditional, right? Because it's just a disjunctive syllogism.
Yeah.
You're just saying P or Q, not Q, therefore P.
Exactly.
But I mean, I guess maybe you need the conditional. Well, no. If you're negating the second conjunct, then I don't think you need the.
Okay, we can get rid of the conditional. Sure. Doesn't really matter.
Give it to me without the conditional, because maybe that's what's fucking me up. David, did you understand what I was saying there?
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I was saying okay, so that if an extension cord is plugged into a power source, right? And he's saying no power source, and I'm saying okay, so we're making up like extension cords that can produce power, and he's like, yeah. And
Just
then
a
the next one is
hypothetical.
like extension cords don't produce their own power. So
I
I'm
think
like,
he's saying he's not saying it's impossible that extension cords produce their own power. He's just saying it's that they don't.
no. I
So
understand that
it's
he's
not
not
like
saying something about like logical possibility.
it's not like or sorry, I think I said one of the conjuncts earlier. I meant one of the disjuncts. As one of the disjuncts isn't logically impossible, so I'm not sure I see the problem.
I'm not saying that something's logically impossible. I'm saying that like we're just posing this hypothetical, right? And in this hypothetical, there's just going to be this extension cord that can produce power, and there's going to be another one that can't. And then in the third one,
he's saying either for any given power cord, it produces its own power, or it gets its power from something else, right? And then he's just saying it's not the case that it produces its own
power.
power.
we're not like going off into like a hypothetical on this scholastic. We're using like in real life extension cords either are powered or they're unpowered, and they need a source to be powered.
Yeah, but remember the analogy with the extension cord is supposed to track back to existence in everyday objects.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
So do you believe in like uniformity of nature?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is relevant. So, like, do you believe that like for any time that's ever been recorded, there's been a time prior, like in recorded history?
In recorded history?
Yeah.
Has there been for any time that's been recorded, there's been a time prior to that?
Yeah. For any time t, there's been a time t-1, like in recorded history.
In recorded history, sure.
Yeah. Okay, so if you believe in that and you believe in the uniformity of nature, like if I were to ask you, like starting now, going back in the past, where would you expect that reliable mechanism to break down? What would you say?
What reliable mechanism?
For any time t, there's a time t-1 that is antecedent temporally.
Remember, the argument doesn't like the universe could be temporally, it could be eternal. I could grant that for the sake of the argument.
You can?
Yeah, the argument it doesn't hinge on whether there's a cause to the time, a first beginning in time.
No, but what I'm saying is like if the universe is past eternal, that means it wasn't created.
Something can be created eternally.
I don't
like
if there was no
like for example, there are certain sects of Islam or even Neoplatonists that think that even Aristotle believed that the universe was eternal, but he still believed that God is still a first cause. Because remember, I told you the distinction between the per se and per accidens causal series.
Per accidens, yeah.
Yeah, so the type of causal theory we're talking about is a hierarchical or like an ontological dependence type of argument. That's the argument. We're doing like a dependency argument.
Okay, so I guess like I'm at the point now where it's like, what about like what I'm committed to, right? So far makes me like, it entails that like I should adopt like whatever view, right?
I mean, so if we go back to the original argument, so okay, let's just say you do grant that this series, per se series, can't go on infinitely. Okay, so then from the argument, under my view of God's essence just is his existence, right? His essence is his existence. He's esse tantum from the argument that you read, the pure esse tantum, whatever the argument was. So what we're going to say is, from the extension cord analogy about the power, we're going to use that analogy to analyze whatever existence. Existence is a kind of power.
It's gonna be analogical.
Analogical, right? So we're going to analyze power. Analogize. Yeah, thank you.
Can you repeat the argument really quick? I'm just going to write it down.
The original argument, or the extension cord one.
Yeah, whatever, the extension cords. Yeah.
Okay, so premise one is, in a causal series, an extension cord can either have power in itself or it can have power from another. Let me know when you're done with that one.
Wait.
You just keep going.
Yeah, and then you can get rid of premise two because you said, but premise two says, if an extension cord has power in itself, then the extension cord does not depend on another for its power. That was the conditional statement in premise two.
Yeah, you're okay. Just keep going.
Premise 3 is an extension cord does not have power in itself. So the conclusion, an extension cord must have power in another. That's the first part of the argument. Then there's like 3 more premises after that.
Must have power from another?
Or from another in another, sure. It doesn't matter. Yeah, from another or in another, yeah.
Okay.
Then premise 5 is if there is an infinite series of extension cords where every member has power in another, then no member has power in itself.
Okay.
Premise 6 is
Okay.
premise 6 is if no member has power in itself, so if no members have power in itself, then no members can have power in another.
Do you mean? I'm confused. In another, from another.
From another, yeah. Just put from. Keep using from.
Sometimes you say in itself, and then sometimes you say from another. Then you sometimes say in another.
Okay, so if
I take from to mean from the thing that gives it power. Then in is like the thing that it gets. The thing that it gives power to.
Okay, we could just use from. From
no members have power from another.
No, so no. Premise 6 is if no member has power in itself, then no member can have power in another. I mean, from another. Use the from. Use the from there, and that's ladder. The consequent. The consequent.
Okay.
Okay. Then premise
if no
6.
member has power in itself, then no member can have power from another.
Yes. Then the conclusion would be, therefore, an infinite series where every member has power in another is impossible.
Okay, yeah, I just reject premise 6.
Okay. That would be the crux of the argument, would be in premise 6. I mean, what would be some of the arguments that I have for premise 6 would be.
Wait, what was premise 6 again, real quick? Sorry.
If no member has power in itself, then no member can have power from another.
Yeah.
So basically saying if there was no first cause, right? Then none of the other members in this rest of the series would receive power from something else. That's basically like the kind of.
And that would be like a.
And then that goes back to the example with the hand, stick, stone analogy that I gave, where
it would be a per se.
Yeah, per se. Hold on, let me find the charger.
I'm just writing this out.
Yeah, hopefully you don't disconnect because your phone died. That would be crazy. I'm just kidding. Who? Oh, wait, I didn't drop him, actually. That's crazy that I made a joke about that. And then a Scholastic, request back up if you get your internet working or whatever. Isaac, what's up?
Oh, bro, I was just gonna come to his defense, but I guess I can give it when he comes back. I don't want to if he comes back, I don't want to take away from the main topic, but I was just basically gonna posit the same argument that he was in regards to contingency.
Okay, I mean, if you want to wait for him. Is that what you're saying?
Are you guys okay with that, or you guys just want to get into it?
I mean, I'm okay with you stepping in until he comes back because we don't know if he's going to come back. But were you following the extension cord thing? Objection, premise 6.
Absolutely, yeah. His name is literally Scholastic's fan. I've read a lot of Scholastic philosophy and the relevant philosophers. So yeah, I actually wholeheartedly agree that per se causal chains can't regress infinitely. I don't think they work in reality.
So, but I guess what's the argument that like an infinite chain of like temporal events is a per se rather than a per accidens?
So per se versus so a per se causal series is when one member of the chain is dependent
I
on the
know.
member.
Yeah, I know what it is, but like, what's the argument that like, what's the
Why
argument
one
that
could,
like time works that way or like antecedent conditions work that way?
I mean, are you just asking why per se chains can't extend infinitely, but per accidents can?
No, I'm asking like, what's the contradiction that arises when like a past infinite universe?
I would just yeah, because things in the universe are per se, right? They are per se causes. Like a certain set of per se events is required for energy to expand, which is and the universe is expanding, right? So if you were to say that the universe extends infinitely, right, there has to be a certain state of affairs that must occur in order for the energy to expand, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, but
Right?
why doesn't that just say that there's a beginning to the expansion rather than a beginning simplicator?
Well, simplistic. Okay. Well, if there was a beginning to the expansion, then the universe wouldn't extend infinitely backwards, right?
Right. Well, no, the expansion wouldn't extend in time backwards, but that's just to say that there was a beginning to the universe expanding, not a beginning to the universe.
So I mean, I think we just need to define like what is the beginning of the universe here. If it's prior to expansion, what is it? Is it just a condensed state of particles that are not moving?
I don't know. Like I would say that the universe is time and space. So if there was,
Well, I guess one initial objection that I might have is that if time were to extend infinitely backwards, how would we ever reach the present?
well, that's not going to be. What's the contradiction that arises between us being in the present and the past being infinitely long?
I just don't see it. If the past is infinitely long, right? How would we ever reach
You
the
can
terminal
repeat
surface?
you can repeat the question, but we're still not getting a contradiction.
Yeah, it's just going to be the case that like no matter how far into the past, right, the infinite chain goes, it's going to be a finite amount of time away from today. So I don't understand. Like we agree that we're in the present, and we agree that tomorrow is probably likely to happen, right? So it's just going to be always a finite amount of time away from today, the infinitely like beginning past or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I can see why one might argue that that's like a logical train of thought, right? But in regards to about per se causal chains.
Wait, 1 second, Isaac. I love you. Just stay right here. What is the contradiction that arises with saying that for every time t, there's a time t minus 1 that precedes it ad infinitum?
I would just revert back to his power chord thing.
Yeah, we just don't accept that core premise.
Yeah.
Okay,
what's the p and not p for the power chord?
It's not necessarily that like it entails like a contradiction per se, where it breaks the law of contradiction.
Okay.
I would just say that it doesn't follow. It doesn't rationally make sense. It's not.
Yeah, no, but that's fine. But
If there's no contradiction, and I don't see why it would be irrational to believe that.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, can you agree that if something was going to be unintuitive, it would be infinite, like infinity, right?
Like, what do you mean? If something was unintuitive, it'd be infinite.
Like, no. I'm saying. Oh, I can see how you took that, but I'm saying like some things we can use our intuition to rely on, right? I don't think infinity is one of those cases. I think infinity doesn't make sense initially to almost everyone, right? It needs to be like explained and broken down, and then once you understand it, you can parse it out, and it'll make sense to you, right?
Right. So, are you going to explain infinity in a way that makes sense, where the argument with the power chords wouldn't work?
Yeah. So yes, I mean, first of all, we can agree that there's infinitely many infinite sets that have a beginning but no end, right?
Okay. Sure.
Okay. We also agree that there's infinitely many infinite sets that have an ending but no beginning, right?
I just, by the way, I just checked that power chord argument. It's deductively valid, but premise
6.
Yeah, well, it's premise 5 now because the second premise is unnecessary.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay. Wait. No, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's there isn't. Wait, were there originally 7 premises?
There were originally 7, yeah. But the premise number 4 was like a hence conclusion, and then the other like conditional.
I wrote in a notepad, so I can't undo any further. But right now I have. Oh, okay. I see why.
Okay. Yeah, but Isaac, you agree that there's infinitely many infinite sets that have an ending but no beginning, right?
Are we just speaking purely like abstractly here, or are you saying?
Yeah, abstractly, sure, that's fine.
Okay, then yeah, sure. I mean, I guess I would.
And then,
I mean, it depends. Are these infinite sets like in its mode of causality? Are these infinite sets operating under per accidens or per se? Then it gets.
We can parse that out after, right? I'm just like explaining that like the unintuitiveness of infinities, because my last one, that's going to be the hardest one to like I don't know, comprehend or whatever. It's like there are infinitely many infinite sets that have both a beginning and an end. Do you understand that?
All right. Okay. So I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So,
So it's premise 5 that's in need of an argument.
Yeah.
It's deductively valid.
Deductively valid. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just premise 1 for all C, and C is a chord. IC, which is intrinsic power, or EC, which is external power. Then all C for all C, not IC, so not intrinsic power, and then for all C, EC, it just follows by disjunctive syllogism.
Yeah.
Then if the conjunction I, which is that there's an infinite series of extension chords, and for all C, EC, so all
chords external power source, yeah.
Yeah. Then it follows that for all C, not IC. Although I'm not really sure why that's necessary, because we already have premise 2, all C for all C, not IC. And then he said, and then premise 5 is for all C, if not intrinsic power, then not extrinsic power.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Or it should be I and that, I think.
Wait, which premise do you guys not get about is the argument?
Number 5, number 6. What he originally gave is like if one chord doesn't have.
Wait, let me try literally take. I have it in a tree proof generator. Let me just try taking out the last one and see if it still follows. Okay, now it doesn't follow. What about this one? Okay, it still follows. I think it's because it's explosion.
What's the point?
When you take out premise 4, it still follows.
Premise 4, you mean premise 5?
Yeah, premise 5 of the original one, and then premise 4 if you take out the pointless conditional at the beginning.
Okay, so you're saying like the hence, the like
if there's an infinite series of extension chords where every member has power from another, then no member has power in itself.
Yeah, but that's just isn't that just like affirming what we're saying?
Because here's why. Premise 4 is infinite, so I in conjunction with all C, EC entails all C, not IC. And then if no member has power in itself, so for all C, not IC, entails for all C, not EC, right? But in the fourth premise, I plus for all C, EC entails for all C, not IC.
Yeah. Premise 4. Can you repeat that?
Premise 4, if there's an infinite series of extension chords where every member has power from another, then no member has power in itself.
Yeah, what's the problem with that, though? I don't get it. Are you with me on that? Like,
well, it says every member has power from another, right? And we already established
that's not impossible.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. Where every then no member has power in itself. Yeah, that's true. It's either extrinsic or intrinsic.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure why the I is even needed there.
Right, because it's just given that it's going to be extrinsic because it's from the power chord before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
this is a very strange argument.
Yeah, so premise 4 is going to need like a supporting argument, and premise 5 now.
No, premise 4 is fine. Premise 5. Remember, premise 4.
I'm saying premise 4 is going to be our main objection. Like what? I'm going to need a contradiction for like an infinite series of power chords. Like, what's the problem that they just get power from the power chord prior?
No, you're thinking of premise 5.
Okay,
Premise 4 is if there's an infinite series and all of them have get their power extrinsically, then all of them don't get their power intrinsically, which is just trivial.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure what the infinite series proposition is doing there, because that's true whether or not there's an infinite series, right?
Yeah. If there were just 5 extension cords, that would
5 is nonsensical, because from premise 1, for all C, IC entails, or sorry, for all C, IC or EC, right? And then in premise 5, for all C, IC, not IC entails for all C, not EC. So then it's just saying both of the disjuncts are false. But it's saying in the first premise that one of the disjuncts is false. Or sorry, one of them is true.
Yeah.
So it might be that you just get 6 from explosion. Because 5 and 3.
What do you mean by explosion there?
Okay, so 2. So you can get you can use 2, 5, and 4 well, okay, no, it's not explosion, because it's just saying I doesn't obtain, otherwise there would be a contradiction. So 2 is for all C, not IC. Then 5 is for all C, if not IC, then not EC.
Mm-hmm.
So if you use 2, 5, and 1, actually no, I think it is explosion. You don't need 4.
Bro, what is explosion? I'm sorry, I don't understand the term.
Explosion is, you can just derive any proposition from a contradiction.
Oh,
it's a rule. It's a rule in classical logic. Because you can use the law of excluded middle.
Right.
So it goes something like, wait, is it? No, it's not the law of excluded middle. Sorry, that's completely wrong. It's the law of non-contradiction. Mm-hmm. Because if you say P and not P, then you can just do a disjunctive syllogism, and use disjunction introduction. So P or Q, and then you have not P from the initial conjunction, and then you get Q, and you can just get any Q you want. So I think, okay, so 2 is for all C, not IC, right? So, and then 1 is for all C, either IC or EC, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means it's EC. But then, the fifth one is for all C, not IC, which is that's true from the second premise. It entails all C, not EC. So it's saying if one of the conjuncts is false, if one of the disjuncts is false, then the other disjunct is false. So that means that neither disjuncts are true, but premise 1 affirms that at least one of them are true. So then you just can derive. Like, let me try putting in like
that's P and not P, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I just changed not I in the conclusion for not A, and it says it entails it. Or let me try Z. Yeah, it entails Z. It entails E. It's just explosion. It only gets I because of explosion, or not I. Sorry.
Well, this is what they do. I'm just kidding. That's awesome. It took a long time to dog walk.
Scholastic.
It took a long time to dog walk Scholastic, and he had to leave, but we still dog walked him. So
that's not fair.
I like that guy. He was really interesting to talk to.
Yeah, if you
I
take
have
out,
something.
If you take out 5, if you take out 5, you just don't get the explosion, and you don't need 4. 4 is completely irrelevant. You can even take out. Okay, yeah. If you have 1, 2, and 5, you can just derive anything.
Yeah.
You don't need 4. 3 is not a premise; it's just a conclusion.
You already took out 2 of the original argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's premise 1, 2.
He said when he said 7 premises, what I first did, I said I'm interested to hear this 7 premise argument, but if you can just tell me the P and not P you're going to derive first, and then render the argument.
Yeah.
And then
3 is actually. Sorry.
He tried to give the P and not P for like 5 minutes before I was like, I only asked because I thought this would be faster, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be faster. Just render the argument. So I knew that.
Yeah. Okay. So so 3 is just the conclusion from disjunctive syllogism. So I'll just call it C1. Then 4 becomes 3. 5 becomes 4, and then 6 becomes C2. So 3 is completely irrelevant. Just with 1, 2, and 4, you get explosion. You can derive any proposition you want.
I'm going to invite Present up.
The goat.
The goat. I just uploaded a video with present. It's called.
Four is almost certainly not true. Well, it was 5 before, and then it was 6 before. It's almost certainly not true because it entails a contradiction.
Why don't you ever post
This will be a lot easier looking at the screen that you're looking at, Davey. But I appreciate you like whittling down this argument.
Actually sounds fun. I've never used a tree proof generator, but it sounds like fun to play with it.
The only I could see if he adds I as a conjunct to for all C not IC entails for all C not EC. Then because you'd only get the contradiction if I is true, but then we'd need a motivating argument for that premise.
Yeah.
It actually seems ridiculous. If all chords don't have intrinsic power, then all chords don't have extrinsic power. Why would you accept that?
Yeah, exactly. And then
he can make it not explosion if he just puts I into the premise, and then it's just saying not I because otherwise there's a contradiction. But that's
so. David, can you explain like it just seemed like an intuitive maybe I was just being charitable, right? But like when he says there's a difference between what something is and that something is, like what motivations are there to like? I guess it's just not obvious why I should deny that or something.
Which premise is that?
No, it's not. It's not in the argument you're running. It was just like one of the it was just something we agreed to at the beginning. He was like, you would agree that like there's a difference between like what something is and that something is. And I was
there's
like,
there's a difference between what predicates make something what it is versus what caused what instantiated those properties or something.
If that's what he meant, then I don't
know what that means.
Yeah. He said there's a difference between like because he was making like the Aquinas' Deonte argument, right? Where like essence is going to be either like intrinsic or extrinsic, right? With the power chord thing, but he was saying like we agree that there's the difference between what something is and that something is, and I just had some like I just didn't see any like I don't know maybe because the not Isaac, but the other guy said that I like walked into a trap where like if I agree that there's essence or something, which I don't, but like maybe I didn't see like that what something is and that something is like entails essence or something.
Oh, I can try to give the DNT or explain the essence being distinction if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, you guys are familiar with like obviously like the basic Aristotelian terms like act and potency, right?
Yeah.
Right. So essence is to being as potency is to act, right? So the idea is that if all things have a substance, right? And the idea is that in order for something to exist, it must possess being, right? Essence does not possess being in of itself. For if essence did possess being in of itself, everything would exist because it's part of its essence, right? I don't know if I got that track. If essence had being in of itself, right? Everything that is potentially in essence would actually be in essence because it's part of that said essence to exist. Because being is what. Okay. Let me simplify.
Oh, what?
You have to, let me try to put it in simpler terms.
Yeah, go ahead.
So in scholastic philosophy, there is the idea that God is identical to his essence because his essence.
Wait, 1 second.
Sorry.
So there's some like, am I getting? So I have like examples I can think of in my head where like the essence of like redness is instantiated in like a car or a ball or like whatever or starburst or whatever.
Sure.
Is there a difference between like that predicate and an essence? Like redness.
Is redness in essence?
Yeah.
By the way, do you have a Discord host? I can just send
redness is in essence.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I can post it in the chat.
I'll just send this to you real quick.
Yeah, but I would not say redness is in essence. Redness can be reduced to a universal or a genus, but it's not necessarily in essence.
Why not?
Because redness is something that it's it's something that is predicated.
Davey,
What
do
is
you see that in
things
the
that do
chat?
have
Oh,
an
okay,
essence.
yeah, I just saw it.
It's something that is predicated to things that do have an essence. Like, for example, animality is something that every animal has and that humans have, right? And animality is a genus, right? So we are a species of the genus animality, as are monkeys, giraffes, and whatever other animal, right? But since animality is a genus that is predicated upon something, it cannot be an essence, right? That's like asking if humans can be predicated upon something else to like some other essence. Like it just doesn't logically follow under scholastic thought.
Wait. So, look, I'm trying to understand the difference between like properties and an essence, right? So like, okay, so like, there can be a property set that's true about a thing, but everything that's on that property set list isn't going to be like true. Like it wouldn't feel right to say that like you know, the essence of like a cow is like you know, earness or something, but it has ears.
Earness?
Right, a cow has ears.
Oh, okay.
Are you saying that like just because it's on the property set, it doesn't make sense to say that it's like the essence or something?
Yeah, no. Essences are something. Essence and substance is more fundamental to a creature than its properties. So the properties, like things like earness or the ability to moo or something like that, proceeds/flows from the essence or the nature or whatever you want to call it, right?
My Discord keeps crashing, Davey. Sorry,
It's,
I'll look at it in a bit.
yeah, we would not say that anything is reduced to its properties, and if anything, things are reduced to the essence, not to its properties.
Hey, P-Mars, this guy Isaac is denying the unifying principle.
Is he a Christian?
Wait, I'm denying a unifying principle.
You talk to P-Mars about that, man.
What is he? What do you accept God as your creator?
Yeah.
Are you a Christian?
Yeah.
Okay, he's not denying the unifying principle.
You caught me.
What?
Ruse.
Scholastics fan said he was coming right back, so I'm glad I held the fort down long enough.
Bring Scholastics back.
You flooded the debate space with confusion.
No, I did not. No,
Davey,
I did not.
you heard that?
Sorry, I'm not listening. I'm just writing this out right now.
Okay.
I just don't have the glimpses. But just understand that essence is separate to being, and essence is potential, and being is what instantiates an essence into existence. So what he was trying to say about there is a whatness versus that it is, right? The that it is what we just call existence, right? Existence is just that a thing is.
Yeah, but
The
why
whatness
isn't essence just an emergent property of existence?
Oh my God!
It's not necessarily. I wouldn't say it's an emergent property of existence.
P-Mars, shut up! I don't need your commentary. Okay, I'm trying to learn.
I would just.
Property
I
is
think.
like miracle talk.
Huh?
Emergent property is like saying, "Oh, it's magic."
Yes, God is like saying magic.
You think that's what an emergent property is?
Yeah, it's basically like going, "Oh, magic did it."
Wait, so is
Actually,
it
emergent
magic
property
that
just
makes,
means.
Wait, P-Mars, is it magic that
It
makes
emerged
bricks
from
wall?
the invisible leprechauns. Yeah.
Is it magic that
Do you
makes?
think?
Wait. Can you define what an emergent property is?
That's the problem with it. No, that's one of the criticisms. Is
No
one really
we
knows
have a
what the fuck
definition
it
of
is.
emergent properties.
Yeah,
As an example
yeah,
would be something like
Well,
water
look
tension.
Water
Water
at the
tension
That's
is
not
an
a-
emergent
that's
property
not a
from
definition.
van der
If you
Waals
look,
forces.
one of the major
But basically, an emergent property is just a
Emergent
property that a system has that its parts don't have. That's really all it
Davey,
is.
what I'm talking about is, do you know people criticize the idea of emergent properties, and I'm just giving their criticism. Okay, Davey.
Oh, you're just like a parrot?
Yes, I'm parodying shit.
Do you have a problem with the definition I just gave? Do you
I
understand it?
told you the critique of emergent properties is it doesn't fucking mean anything. Dumbass.
Yo.
Doesn't matter.
You just gave a definition.
I just gave you a
And
definition.
it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything.
Why is he so mad?
Oh my god.
I think he's mad because
I have to
you
go.
blocked him.
I don't think P-Mar's ever learned to read.
Easy
Mars.
start talking straight.
Hey Mars, do you think that bricks are walls?
Fuck you.
But do you think that a lot of bricks is a wall? Would you say that wallness is an emergent property of bricks?
You know what?
I feel like usually I hear it in chemistry class with the water tension in water because it's just like a single droplet of water doesn't have water tension. You need like a pool of water
Yeah.
because then the water's attracting
No,
each
but
other.
you don't get it.
The
The emergent properties don't have a definition.
Yeah.
True.
And by that, it just means that it doesn't mean anything. But when Davey said it meant something, he was
Okay,
just
what's the causal
mistaken.
relationship?
Causal
Well,
relationship?
well, none of them individually are sufficient causes, but collectively they are.
Yeah.
So like,
That's
think of
the
it. Think of it.
idea
Think
that
of it.
these
Think of it like
individual
this.
systems- That's not-
If
that's
there's-
not-
if
that's
there's
the invisible leprechauns.
Hey, Mark,
Think of it like
it's like
wait,
you're talking to. It's
Oh,
like you're talking.
the fucking Santa Claus caused the
Look,
emergent
Mars,
property, dude.
You
Wait,
getting a
P-Mars,
date?
do you believe in the
Mars,
concept
can I
of
give an
scripture?
example?
Dude,
Yeah,
what you're saying
Mars,
is so
Mars,
goofy. Like, it's
Wait,
Mars,
let Davey go.
Mars,
Let Davey go.
Mars,
It's straight goof.
You getting a date is an emergent property of you asking out 100 girls, right? Because one girl isn't enough. But if
Actually,
you ask,
I don't think that would be.
I'm just
I
kidding.
don't think that's a proper
here's an
example of
example.
emergence.
Here's
Yeah, I usually could I just use the water one because I just love the water one. Because I'm a chemistry nerd. Oh my god, did I freeze? Okay, no, I didn't.
I think the whole life.
But essentially, a single water molecule does not have water tension because it is just a single water molecule. Once you have a pool of water, their interactions with each other, these individual structures of water interacting with each other, creates water tension. It's an emergent property from different individual structures acting in a deterministic or predictable way, not deterministic.
Davey, what was your example?
maybe this example isn't as good, but something like imagine 100 people vote like a town mayor in. None of them individually voted the town mayor in, but collectively they did.
Is there a discernible causal relationship
between what?
The property being emerged, like.
Yeah, the whole point of the emergence is that it's the same property.
What's the discernible causal relationship?
Well, hold on.
So the idea is
relationships are between multiple objects. So what are the objects you're asking about?
Berg, I love you. I'm going to drop you, okay?
Just
so people can read the prompt.
Causal relationship. When you say
what?
Like
the causal relationships between which objects?
I think he's misunderstanding what an emergent property is, P-Mars. So like the van der Waals for like electromagnetism still exists with the individual water molecule. When we say that the water tension, for example, is emergent, it's because even though it's still all electromagnetism, a new pattern or structure arises from the simpler structure. This is what we mean by emergent. Like the thing with the voting, it's like, okay, or not just like, there's a lot of things that could be like, oh,
all
these
you're
are
saying
simple
is
individual
it's
things.
Magic. That's all I hear is magic.
No, I'm saying small actions can lead.
Yeah, magic.
Wait, Don and Davey. Whenever I think of
P-Mars, are you just going to keep saying, do you think you could just state your opinion into truth?
I have a question.
It's
whenever
a critique.
Whenever I think about giving examples of emergent properties, I think about like the composition division fallacy, and like if it's prone to that, then it's probably some kind of emergent property, right?
Yeah, actually, that's a good one.
Is that a good way to think about it?
I think so. Actually, I think that case covers most cases. Like, yeah, I would say like, for example, I would say like sociological or like certain like sociological trends. Those would be like emergent properties, but they aren't like a magical thing. It's just people are talking to each other and trends pass on, and now you have a sociological phenomena that's emergent because or like even like electromagnetism is actually emergent from the U1 weak hypercharge and the weak isospin, which is other weirdo shit. And it's like oh, well, these things actually emerge from simpler ideas.
Like a bunch of parts assembled by a mechanic.
So are emergent properties explainable?
Yeah, I think they've been doing a good job so far. Have you not been understanding?
No. I understand like what an emergent property is. Like I'm understanding.
I think he's asking P-Mars.
No. It's literally they're just saying magic. That's what they're saying.
No, we're saying
you don't
small.
Get it. You're not getting this.
The analogy that the analogy that the host gave with the car and the mechanic being assembled together was pretty concrete. So I don't see how that's magical, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all he's
It's
saying is
just
the
that the
words.
sum. It's literally just the sum is greater than the whole in the sense that there seems to be more properties.
It's like
Though I'm sure
synergy.
if you
It's synergy, but with stuffness.
What's
Yeah.
the discernible causal relation? There's no discernible causal relationship. I mean, that's the same as magic.
No,
What if it's not the kind of thing that
no,
stands in causal relation?
Wait, it is tautologically a causal
What's the discernible
relationship.
causal relationship?
Wait 1 second. What's up,
It's an
Cursive Tonic?
emergent property. It emerges from something else. It's just a different expression of the same thing. Like when we look at. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I didn't. Yo, Cursive Tonic. What's up? Are you a God believer?
I'm just riding the bus.
What does that mean? So you're like a God believer, but because it's popular or something?
I'm just riding a new bus.
Like you believe in the God Anubis?
What kind of bus?
There you go. Sure, why not?
Like this kind of bus? Bus! Like that kind of bus?
Well,
That I'm about to bus?
well, I'm on the bus and I'm busted, and I'm just trying to get back. I'm just trying to get home.
What's the coolest thing that you know?
Rip.
I'm diabolical.
Wait, did you kick him?
Yeah, I kicked him. That guy was an idiot.
Aw.
He was just on the bus. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't understand what that means.
I want to know more about the bus.
Bye, Cursive. Love you.
Only losers don't know about the bus.
True.
Yeah, but anyways,
P-Mars, I
wait,
don't
Dream.
understand. This isn't like a very complicated. Like I'm sure, like
Yeah, but Dream, haven't you thought about Dream?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even understand what
Wait,
like the
Dream,
point of denying
Dream,
this is.
how's
I
your
don't even
Minecraft
understand.
career
Like,
going?
is this even? My Minecraft. I fucking hate you.
A critique of
Don't compare me to those creatures.
Have you ever read a critique of the concept of emergent properties? Have you ever done that?
What would the critique be?
Oh my god. I'm giving the fucking
Could you give me a critique?
Dipshit. You are a complete dipshit.
Can I give the critique to see if I tracked it?
No, I'm just. You guys just.
P-Mars, I don't think you know
P-Mars,
what the
P-Mars,
definition
I
of
like
like an
you.
emergent
Legos,
property
kid.
is. I don't even.
Just go,
I like
dude.
you.
Dream. Go play with your Legos.
P-Mars, I understand. Wait, listen, P-Mars, I was just playing with my little cousin. We can explain this to you, okay? Very simply. So
Whoa, what
I'm
the
very
hell?
patient today. My little cousins
I
are
gotta
very
keep,
annoying.
you're just gonna have to request back
Actually,
up.
are they my nephew?
I don't know if TikTok's gonna be weird, so you just gotta request back up.
How am I wrong? The guy literally said he's never looked into the critiques of emergent property.
I don't think you're wrong.
I'm not.
I like you.
Oh, okay.
I think you're a cool guy.
Yeah, but the emergent property thing, it's just like I'm confused. Like when I say emergent property, I just mean, hey, there are certain predictable trends when we
This is for
have
you, Yuji.
a large set of structures. For example, water tension or fluid dynamics is a predictable trend when we have a large amount of water.
Bye.
Did he just run from a definition? Did that scare him off?
Well, but what you don't understand is this is what they do.
Oh hell no!
Yo,
I don't know, like-
I went into Sharks Live, and before I left, what's up? What's up, Chris?
This guy's haircut. This guy's haircut has got me just rolling. Go ahead, kick me, tough guy. Yeah, you want to learn something?
Yeah.
You want to learn something, Pumpkin? Let's talk.
Let's do it. Wait, who muted that guy? That was hilarious.
Is this a bit? I don't know if it's a bit or not. This is really
If
funny.
it's not a bit, it's even funnier.
It's not a bit.
Okay, yeah. So, do you think that you have good reasons?
Or is this
to believe
part
in
of
God?
it?
Say again.
Do you think that you have good reasons to believe in a God?
Believe in a God. Look, man, dude, I think that everybody's talking about God like he's some sort of good dude.
Okay,
This is a bit. This is a million% a bit. I love this, man.
It's
Wait,
look.
what?
I'm not a Fed.
My
I'm not
following
being.
stuff.
I'm not being paid for this. I'm not a Fed. I just.
Yo,
look,
how old are you?
That's what a Fed would say.
I'm 37.
Cat, what year were you born? 3, 2, 1. He's a
87.
liar.
Wait,
Oh yeah? If you're
I was
really
born.
that's not
87?
37 years ago.
No, I was born in 1987.
Yeah, that would make you
Well,
like 100 years old or something.
what?
1987.
What are you talking about? Dude. I,
That would make him like 27.
hold on, hold
Hairline's
on,
real or it's
hold on,
not
hold
real.
on.
Wait, is he
Frank,
27?
Frank just said something. You know, he may be right though. I may actually be a part of a satanic cult. I grew up Mormon.
That is
Me
true
too,
too.
man.
Just change. Am I tripping?
I grew up Mormon too.
Okay, well, please don't kick me. Let's talk about it.
Let's kick it.
My dad was a really dark dude, and
Oh,
I
wait,
think
wait. 1 second. Don't talk about any of that, okay? Look at me. Don't talk about that.
why don't talk about my father?
Yeah, it's a sore subject, okay? You're just privileged
Right.
because you had a
You're
dad
right.
and I
You're
didn't by
right.
chance.
It's definitely a sore subject. It's okay. I won't
Why
talk.
why do you have a glass pacifier as your profile pic?
It is a non-Euclidean geometry.
It looks like a pacifier because you're a baby.
Dream.
You little
Are
baby.
you smoking something?
You little baby.
What is happening?
You're a really angry dude.
Oh yeah.
So am I, and so that's why
Ew. You
that's why I
smell
want to
funny.
talk to you. I think we're a bunch of bruised people. So a pacifier? What are you talking about?
You have a pacifier as your profile picture. Look at my profile picture. Black and red. Cool. Yours, baby.
To be fair, a pacifier is globally non-Euclidean, but locally Euclidean. You know?
Actually.
Wait, Dream of Dawn. What else do you have to say about that? Yeah, see that? Gone.
Wow.
Oh
Man.
wait, would you kick Dream?
Whoa, bro. What are you doing, man? What does this like get you off? Is this what you do?
The pacifiers get you off? You baby?
Pacifier? It's
Yeah,
a non.
what's your favorite Vin Diesel movie? The Pacifier? You weirdo.
Bro, you are a strange dude. Have a good night.
Are you? Oh, you're gonna run away? I don't know if that was a bid or not, but I was bidding back, and he didn't seem like he was bidding. But maybe he just outbidded me.
I don't know. Wait, Zach, is your profile picture a tattoo that you have or no?
Maybe I'll get it as a tattoo, but no, it's just a drawing that I did. I can put it up on screen if you'd like.
You did that drawing?
Boop.
Whoa.
Face me in the ring, host. Face me in the ring.
That's sick, dude.
Appreciate it.
Yo, it looks just like you. That's an amazing self-portrait.
It's a self-portrait. Yeah, it's the
really captures the realism of your face.
Thank you. I like it, my nose. It's the red nose that does it for me. You know.
Wait, so you're do you do art a lot?
Oh,
yeah. Well, not a lot, hardly ever. But when I do art, it's like that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's usually busy trading to like lead Santa's sleigh. You know, he was busy with that.
Okay. You have anything else to say about that? Yo, Yuji, where were you at this morning? Yo, present. Present. If you're here, I just uploaded a YouTube video with you in it, and it's called "Dog Walking Present While I Presently Walk My Dog." And I was debating you outside when I was walking my dog earlier, and I stomped you. You can come up though.
I missed it.
Kylo, gotta be up here, bro. Gotta be.
What was I gonna ask? Oh yeah. So your art is like Picasso inspired or no? Is it something?
Well, it's called Trash Polka, but
I don't know what that is.
it means garbage. It means garbage dance.
Oh,
golden brash, more like belongs in the trash.
Wait, we have a new person. Oh, sorry, I'm bad at accepting. What's up? You changed your profile picture. I see. I feel like you're just gonna say slurs this time. Don't, please.
Oh, come on, man.
I too
Come
love
on,
slurs.
man. Ew.
Who slurs but a Slytherin or a serpent, huh?
Isaac, Isaac, are you
Yeah.
there?
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
here, bro.
Is
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Scholastic still coming back or no?
Bro, he texted me saying he was coming back, but I don't even know anymore, bro.
He's a captain.
Yeah, he's kind of capped. Well, I mean, if he was listening to the live, he's probably too
look at your
embarrassed.
Discord.
Yes.
My Discord was crashing earlier.
He just decided to smoke you guys and then like not come back.
He's such an damn.
Yeah, my Discord keeps crashing right now, Davey. I saw that you sent it.
Are you on Android?
Yeah.
You can try force stopping the application and then opening it again.
That's good recommendation.
So, Cursive Tonic, I have a question for you.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Do you have any kids?
Yeah, I do.
Do you give them glass pacifiers?
Glassifiers?
Bro,
Glassifiers.
I had triplets, and I lost. I had triplets. I lost one, and I made some sort of weird vow with the universe to stay away from my kids. I ignore them. I stay away because I'm afraid of hurting them.
Are you being for real, bro? I can't tell if you're just.
He's not being
trolling.
He
Bro,
said he
this
had
is-
triplets. Isaac, I'm kicking you for being dumb. Bye.
No way, no.
You go ahead and kick me. You go ahead and kick me for having kids. Okay, great.
You should be kicked for losing one of them.
Yeah. Yo,
Man.
Yuji, what took you so long to go live this morning, bro?
Y'all are brutal, man. Like what?
My pillow in my bed.
Yeah, I get it. You got to make sure you go live right when you wake up so your deep voice sounds even deeper.
Does my voice sound deep?
Oh, you like that?
Bro, shut up. Cursive's voice sounds like a soprano flute, and yours sounds like a...
I'm not a soprano. I'm a baritone.
You're a baritone if I'm high on crack right now, and I'm not. So.
What does that even mean? Dude,
can you sing a song?
This is the most insane conversation I've ever had in my entire life.
I bet it's not. You came in here talking about snakes, bro. Sing us a song or get out.
What do you want me to sing, brother?
What's your favorite song? Trying to think of a funny answer.
I like Radiohead.
The song?
That's pretty funny.
Have you ever heard of James Blake?
Oh my gosh, I have.
Have you
if
ever
you
heard-
like James Blake, you gain respect for me.
Okay, well, yeah, it's easy to gain respect when you have zero, but that's fine.
Have you ever listened to James Blake, The Wilhelm Scream?
Sing it, bro.
No.
Sing it.
I don't know about my love.
You kicked him.
I did, but I'm inviting him back up.
That's actually funny.
I think the connection's bad. I don't know about my love.
I don't know
My
about
brother was obsessed with the James Blake.
anymore. All that I know is I'm falling.
Yo, your singing voice sounds like P-Mars. Not gonna lie.
Well, I'm not used to singing, and yeah, I kind of suck.
Well, I don't think you suck. I think that was pretty good.
I think your kids would enjoy it.
Well,
right?
Yeah, your kids would have enjoyed it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. Brutal honesty, though, huh?
Well, you know what? I think I need to hear this.
Yeah. You know what? Go ahead and put your glass pacifier in and touch your listening ears.
Glass pacifier. What is with you in the non-Euclidean geometry? Why do you... Oh, I get... Oh. It's because you're... Okay. I'm not even going to tell you what it is that I just learned about you.
Yeah, it's fine. If you're not quick enough to be funny, that's fine. You don't blame it on you building suspense. Okay?
Funny, bro. You look at non-Euclidean geometry and you don't even recognize it. That's how trapped in form you are. Look away. Go ahead, look away. Rub your forehead and look away. And there you go. There you go. Rub your hair. There you go. Your hair looks so good. I love your hair. Your hair is shiny. It's much nicer than mine.
You kind of look like Johnny Depp, huh?
Wait, do a hairline reveal.
Huh? Do I need to get on camera? Like, how
Give
do
a
I do that?
hairline reveal.
I want to show you. I want to show myself to you.
Oh, yo.
Because my hair is so much better than yours.
You think so?
Let's see it, bro. Let's see it.
I think, usually, look, I'm going to be honest. Usually I don't do a middle part, but I like to switch up my look every now and then. And
Look,
I'm just rocking the middle part because I washed my hair a couple days ago.
But it's nothing compared to mine. I have
Mustache
long.
hair.
I've got
Mustache
real.
hair.
You said what,
Okay.
baby?
Mustache hair.
Mustache hair, yeah.
My mustache is probably 4, 5, 6 times the size of yours. So, you want to look at me? You can look at me. I'll show myself to you. I'll reveal myself entirely.
You're like a weird mix of like P Mars and Eric Andre.
That was kind of a compliment.
Present, get up here. I love you.
Thank you. Hey, how do we get on camera with each other?
Look. You don't have camera access because you're not very popular. I wonder why.
His personality is so interesting.
I know.
Present, your personality is interesting.
Thank you.
Present. I uploaded our conversation from earlier on my YouTube channel.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah. You remember when we both broke character and we both laughed a lot? That was fun.
That was amazing.
Because I said, oh yeah, I'm doing a category error. Which categories am I intertwapping?
You're intertwatting?
Intertwapping, because I mix up intertwining and swapping.
You were in and out of your twat? Wow. Yeah. Mid combo, buddy?
Etymologically.
Mid combo, I did that for you?
I got to go research that word, a twop. I got to go get the etymology on that because I've never heard that before.
Hey, bro.
Wow.
Listen.
Intertwining your twat, like mid combo, bro.
Hey, President, are you trying to get my live taken down? I can't help it. I have 7 times the amount of viewers you have right now. Okay.
Jeez.
Wait, President, what's your max bench press?
Man, this is like
more than yours.
This is high school.
More than yours, bro.
You said you slow. Wait, what?
Wait, guys, make him answer my question. President, what is your max bench press?
Higher than yours. What is yours?
Wait, tell me, and I'll tell you mine.
I doubt you ever hit a rack in your life, buddy.
Okay, the most I've ever benched was 275.
I've never even
Get
listened.
the fuck out of here, bro.
I'm not kidding. I have it recorded.
275. I mean,
that's way more than my shit.
That's a good warm
I'll
up.
just use a weapon against your ass. Fuck out of here.
That's a good warm up, I guess.
All right, President.
I'd be happy to have you all around me.
Wait, President. Let's do this. How about this? We set up
276.
No, President. You and me. We set up a boxing fight like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah.
We make the big thing, and whoever wins, is proof for atheism or theism. How about that?
Have you ever choked a man out?
Yeah. If I win, atheism is true. If you win, theism is true.
Wow.
Have you ever choked a man out, Carson?
I can't do it anymore. I
The curse of God. Yeah.
Unique personality, that guy is. What do you want now?
Do you accept my challenge, President?
I accept any challenge from you, bro. Like,
let's go. Okay.
Anywhere. Play any games at all, buddy? At all? Play any sports? Guns? And
basketball?
Play 2K?
Not really.
Wow. Okay.
I play for it.
Nah, that's for kids, bro. I play sports.
President,
I play with sports. I play with sports.
You're good at dodgeball, right, President?
I play with sports, guns, and
Wait.
balls.
You can't say
Oh, no, you're just good at dodging debates.
Dodging what? What did I dodge from you? You don't even like. You guys don't understand the Trinity, and then you ask stupid questions about it, and then you say,
I understand the Trinity.
Rage
What
Oh, you did?
denomination are you,
What is,
brother?
what is your understanding of the Trinity, bro?
3 persons, 1 essence, right?
Is that it? Is that
Is
all?
that right so far?
Is that it? Keep going.
Is that right so far?
Is that it?
Can you just give me a little good boy treat for being
Is
right
that
so far?
it? Can you, one essence. This is insane. Keep going.
Present.
This is so bad, bro.
Am I right so far?
No, bro.
Okay.
Didn't even start off right, and that's why I'm not even going to
Do you
entertain.
remember? Hey, wait.
Didn't even start off right. Start off wrong.
Yo, I got President. Can I ask you a question?
What do you want?
What denomination are you?
Not a nomination right now. I'm looking into it.
Yeah, because President's scared of commitment, even when it comes to God.
Jeez, you know me so well. You don't got to bring our personal business into this.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Hey, wait, President. I do have beef to air out, though. I have beef to air out, right? After you kicked me for responding to Cage's relaxed realism thing, you said, right? You said that guy's the most conceited guy on TikTok. What did you mean by that?
Outside of Cartesian, my bad. Because I thought about it, and I thought about Cartesian, and I was like, well, not because it is like just the arrogance of the atheist, like when it's just oozes arrogance.
You think I ooze arrogance?
Wait,
it's
can I ask?
Cartesian in you, and then Cage is like he tries to do it, but he's not that good at it yet. And Monkey Boy just nah. Monkey Boy is all over the place. It's just like he can't control his aura that well.
Well, Monkey Boy's a gibberish generator, but I love him.
Yeah, at least you kind of got the best. You might have the better aura control out of the atheist. Yeah,
aura control.
But,
wait, better than me, President?
Better than you? Yeah, you're right.
Yuji, first of all, you have to have aura. You have to have aura to have control over it, right? You're just some medium jack. Yeah.
I do not stand for this.
Out of the group, right here is definitely like the most reasonable, less neurotic, mentally ill out of all of you.
Who is?
Yeah.
Is it me? I'm Christian.
Yeah, this panel is kind of goated though.
Wait, President.
It's pretty
who is the
psychotic.
smartest atheist that you have talked to? Would you say?
That's a very hard question.
On TikTok.
That's a very. I mean,
Hey, Cage, do you want up here? President's here. You guys can hash it out.
Oh yeah, I can drop for Cage if he wants up.
No. I'll change the panel.
Wait, Shark, can you
Yo,
run your,
Phronesis.
Wait, Shark, can you run your premises?
Are you talking about old boy?
Athelia's axiom?
It's Alethea's.
Hey, bro, you know what I meant though?
Dr. Blitz.
No, I didn't. That's why I needed clarification.
Oh, you did?
Dr. Blitz on intelligence. Obviously.
Well, Dr. Blitz is a physicalist, right? So
yeah, unintelligent.
I asked AI about Athelia's axiom, and it says it's not sound.
I think that
that
Dr.
answer,
Blitz.
President.
Would you guys say that Dr. Blitz is the smartest physicalist on TikTok?
Smartest in what?
It depends.
Like,
Do you think
in
he
what
is?
way?
Yeah, I would say that Dr. Blitz is the
No,
smartest physicalist.
I wouldn't say that. Hey, Phronesis, I got you today earlier though on the bidet thing. Before I ran away, I said, just to be clear, I'm running away. This is what I do, and then I disconnected. So you can say,
I run away sometimes too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you couldn't say this is what they do because I already said this is what I do.
I mean, this is what they do.
This is what they do, folks.
No matter what it is, this is what they do.
Speaking of what they do,
Well,
Yeah,
like, do you see your haircut? That is what they do. Jesus.
Yo, you're jealous.
what
You
people
wish your
do
haircut was
online,
this bad.
especially
Brother, have you seen my hairline? I got that Vegeta hairline.
I know you're in your villain heart. That's fine.
Man.
if I may, I just have a quick question.
Go ahead, Cage.
Yeah, President, earlier, man, you seem to have like some strong opinions about some of the views I talked about. Do you remember any of the views I talked about?
The views we talked about. It was a lot of bullshit. And a lot of but
Sure.
for
Can
the
you
most
name
part,
one of them?
it was like you trying to fit into some really skinny jeans. That's what I remember for the most part. as you were jumping up and down trying to get into the genes, I finally realized that
Well, I
this
have
was.
the recording if you would like to hear it.
Go
I have the
ahead.
dumb questions that you asked me
Bro, stop
where you
talking like that.
assume
Bro,
that
just
like
speak normally, bro.
causal that propositions are causal, and you assume that my view wasn't a realist view, and you assume that my atheism was a worldview simplicator. So if
True.
you want to hear your own words played back to you, I'd be more than happy to facilitate that.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it. Go
Okay,
for it.
so
Go for the ending. Go for the ending part. Go for the
Cage, why
ending.
don't you drop the fitness routine? How about that?
but which ending part? The one where you dropped me because you didn't understand what relaxed realism
The
was, and I had to
fitness
like
routine
walk
is
you through
good.
it? Or the one where everybody in the chat was dogging on you for running from me? Which one?
Look at
Or
his
the one where you
profile
drop
picture.
me, or the one where you drop me for saying that Cage probably knows. And if you want to know what Cage is talking about, ask Cage.
He just jacked.
We're not going to talk about his profile picture and be mad at him for not dropping the fitness routine?
I
That's
used to.
AI.
Wait,
Yeah.
Cage, what's your max bench press, please?
365. Yeah,
Holy
365.
sh!
You
Three
see what I'm
plates
saying?
and
Like, he's
25.
saying all this and not dropping the routine.
It's not like if he dropped the routine, any of us would do it, so it's fine.
Amen. Amen.
You're just giving him a chore to do. That's all it is.
He said that
Actually,
picture is his telos, and I said pretending that I can look like that is my telos.
it's actually funny. I was sent this live by Megs because Megs requested up on the present, and you just didn't even like acknowledge her request, even though she
I
was
thought
commenting.
you was gonna play something. I'm waiting for it.
Oh, you want? Okay, one second. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
please.
get my
Thank you.
How
computer.
dare you not
You got
play
it.
it already? Does anyone here play Marvel Rivals?
What?
That
I'm gonna
game
go get my computer.
sucks.
You
Wait,
just
what'd
wait.
you say?
Wait one
Isaac,
second.
what'd you just say out loud?
Marvel Rivals is so freaking
Yeah, lying is
annoying.
a sin, buddy. Go do 20 push-ups.
You're gonna play it. You're gonna play it. Please play it in slow mo.
Bro,
I got the
Marvel
computer. It's
Rivals is
powering up.
literally just like the more dumb
Ooh, that's a
version of
cool ring. So wait, let me see
Overwatch,
your ring.
bro.
Let me see your ring. That was cool.
I
Oh,
was top
my ring.
500 Overwatch, bro. Don't talk to me.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
we
You're
kind
top
of
the
got a
cool
500
similar.
ring.
Hang
Overwatch,
on,
bro.
hold on.
Don't talk to me.
It has little computer circuits in it. You see that?
Okay, wait. Yours is cooler than mine. Hang on.
Nah, yours is bougie as shit. What the hell?
And then
All right, hold on.
my other one has a bunch of like pretty colors in it.
I didn't know you had like. How am I
You have
supposed to
two
compete against
rings?
computer circuits? Sorry.
Yeah, the computer circuits are. I work on computer systems for a job for real life.
Wait, actually, like,
I'd
what do you
work
do? Are
on
you a
you.
systems admin?
I work on
Or,
computer systems for like helicopters and stuff. Yeah.
oh, that's dope.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Is
but
it done?
You've been known I was cooler than you. I'm just kidding.
I'm never getting on a computer
Hey,
if you're a helicopter if you're programming it.
I'm not.
If you're
Well,
programming it?
that's
Why?
because
He's not a jihadist.
you said you smell like a stinky theist.
That's crazy.
Okay, present. So, do you mind if I just play like some of my
Go ahead.
favorites
Go ahead.
of your absolute stupidity, especially the beginning? Nobody really saw the beginning. There's only 5 people in here, and I think it's important.
It went from 3 people to 40 people.
Oh, that's just because I'm super entertaining. Let's be real.
Stop it, John.
Okay, so I'm gonna play the beginning here as soon as this like loads up, and I'm gonna disconnect
Go
my
ahead,
headphones so that everybody can hear it.
please,
So what I'm
please,
about
and
to
thank
show
you.
you is present
Go
making the
ahead.
inference that
Keep
objective
going ahead.
facts,
Keep going
therefore
ahead.
God. Are you
Child, I
ready?
know God. You know philosophy. You have no choice. You have no chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on. For some reason, it's not. Give me a second. It's a long ass video. It's like 30 minutes.
Let's go.
Hey,
offended that I'm
Cage,
not a
I
mod.
asked the Discord pals to come over to listen to you recapitulate this ass beating.
Okay, give
Moral
me a second. I
relax.
gotta
What you said? You're moral.
hold on.
I'm a
One second. I'm gonna
moral
send it to myself.
relax.
Zach, I'm offended that I'm not a mod right now. Zickety Zach.
Eugene, you should mom me on your stream.
I got you, bro. Yo, it's Sir. What's up, Sir?
President, you don't feel embarrassed from all the dumb shit you
Kylo,
say?
stop it. Kylo, you should be still in a pacifier, child. Stop talking to me.
Don't talk to him like that.
I mean, I've heard like 30 people say they killed
Kylo, go to
president.
timeout.
Like, listen, if you get cooked
Kylo,
by 30
timeout.
people
Kylo. Kylo. I swear, Kylo.
Here,
I
yo,
heard there was something
right
going
here.
on.
Can you do this?
Are you doing something visually right now?
Yeah, hang on. Can you do this?
What the hell? Oh,
Ew, no, but I can do this.
Oh.
Wait. Keep that up. Keep that up.
Yo, put those things away.
Please,
Oh, look at this.
please stop.
Oh, see, that's cool too. Nah, that's sick. That's dope too.
Bro, I
I'm gonna
remember
put
being
you
in
guys are
elementary
geeks.
school and people used to creep me out with that shit.
Nice.
His eye's gonna get stuck like that.
For real.
Could you imagine?
Does that not like hurt it? Like, does it? Can you even?
No, it's a little uncomfortable, but there's no pain.
Well, the pain is
Okay, so it didn't go to my computer. I'm gonna like edit the small parts in CapCut.
Damn, he has
hold on.
no evidence.
Wait,
Yeah,
hey,
so he wants to edit.
video.
He wants to edit it out. All right, go ahead, edit it, buddy.
Well, I'm not
Hey,
trying to.
I have a video as well.
It's 32 minutes long.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what did this? No, that's a
Yeah.
screenshot. Hold
Wait,
on.
but
Cage, can you hear me, Cage?
Hey, what's up? I'm just because it's like I'm trying to
I
sync
have
it to
the
my
video as
iCloud so
well.
I can put it.
I have the video as well.
Yeah, but you don't have the
Play the
beginning
video.
when I was asking
Play the
about like
footage.
causal objects.
Oh,
Wait a
got
minute.
it. Got it. I thought you were saying play the end.
Oh, you can play any part
You know
want.
what?
It's like all of
You
it's
can play
bad.
any
I
part.
just really wanted
Play
to show
any
the
part.
beginning.
Yes, please, in slow motion, all of it, please. Yes.
And President, just when my iCloud's like,
wait. I have a better idea. So while we're waiting for that, do you guys want to hear a 24-second? I got present to concede in 24 seconds earlier. Do you want to hear it?
Let me hear.
Yeah.
I got
Let
an
me
atheist
hear
today
that.
to say that rocks can talk.
What?
I've seen that shit.
This is what they do. Yeah, so here it is. You ready?
Wait, define talking.
You ready? 24-second concession.
No, I'm talking about.
Wait.
Mhm.
Wait, I'm on Discord also. Let me get off Discord. It turned up my Discord volume.
Presence of walking ill. This shit is crazy.
Kylo, I've never seen you make an argument yet. All you do is ask questions and say why.
You guys ready? You ready?
I'm ready.
Atheism leads to the purge. 24-second concession.
There we go.
Yeah, so you said atheism leads to the purge. And then
Keep playing it.
purge in like the movie sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess if you were an atheist, would you purge?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh my
Okay, so
god.
it's not true that atheism leads to the purge.
It's not true that me, as an atheist, leads to the purge. It's true.
That's embarrassing.
It's not true that me, as the individual, as atheism, within the whole subjective viewpoint, my subjective stance within your worldview would not lead to the purge, but does not mean that there isn't somebody that is equivalently
Look, brother.
acceptable
It's
to
either
the
the case that atheism leads to
worldview
the purge
that
or not.
will.
Yeah, he's
You're a
yapping.
fucking weasel. You don't. You're a weasel.
I agree.
buddy.
I'm a weasel.
You're a fucking
I
weasel.
agree. I'm a weasel. That's
You
an
asked
unsequitur.
you're a
But
fucking weasel.
Present. Remember
Yeah.
that we agreed that under atheism we would do the purge, right? Like I would be Dexter.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Oh, so you
And
lied.
He's a fucking weasel. So he asked me about me in reference to how me understanding your world.
Oh yeah,
obviously. I'm not.
If I was an atheist with no family, yeah, man, I would be Dexter.
Wait. What's the argument that no atheists have family?
What? What's your evidence that you have a family?
I don't have a family. But
Can
what's the
you
evidence that all atheists don't have family?
Sorry, can you spell family?
CHRIST.
All right, I concede the position.
Yeah. That was 23 second. I'm just kidding.
okay, so I'm gonna edit this real beginning part so I can play
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And after,
I-
if President thinks I'm
Mhm.
lying, once this is done
Mhm.
uploading, it should be done after I'm done cutting this up. Then
Yeah,
he can
yeah.
tell me I'm lying through the context.
Totally.
Right? That fair, President?
Yeah. Totally.
guys-
I don't know what you're gonna cut out, but okay, totally. I trust you. Yeah.
Well,
If you
I'm
guys-
gonna
Makes sense.
If
I'll
you guys
send
would
you
only
that
have
cloud linked
if
right
you,
after.
Yeah.
Right, I can send you the
Right.
entire 32 minutes of it right after, so
Okay.
you know I'm not taking
All
it
right.
out of context. But I'm just gonna cut this up real quick. I'll be right back.
I was ready to hear it now because you kind of made the claim for now, but I'll wait.
if you guys
it's okay.
could only have, and you can only choose one, okay?
I'll make my claim much more
From the
clear.
back.
One, President said one thing, which was that because I believe in objective objects, I believe in God.
Oh, you're
Number two, what
clarifying.
he
You're
said.
clarifying. You're
Number two, what he
clarifying before the
said.
video. Why don't we
What he
wait
also
for it?
said
Why?
was that because I'm a
You're
part of
trying
the
to clarify
universe.
yourself. Why are you clarifying? It doesn't matter.
I'm
The
not
video. You're
clarifying
better than me.
myself.
You went
I'm
to school
saying
for
the
this.
things
You
you
went to school
said.
for this, and you know what you're saying. Don't clarify shit.
I just
All
want
right?
the
You should
can I just have
dog
the
walk
video?
me, please.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
send it to you.
listen,
Hold on, I'll
Don't
send you the
clarify.
iCloud link, Shark.
I need to know, would you guys rather only be able to have intercourse at 0.1 times speed, right? Or sped up so fast you don't even experience it?
Yo, I actually have a real question.
That's a real question. What do you mean?
0.1.
Well, it's not that interesting. Listen, so this idea that like atheists would be Dexter or the Purge or whatever, would that same logic apply to like someone that believed in a creator that was indifferent toward the universe?
Oh, there would still be a unifying principle that we could pursue rationally.
Why would that?
Is that an
why would
answer?
that lead you? Why would that?
Is
lead
that
you
an
to, like,
answer?
why would
Was that an
lead you
answer to
like
the question?
Marxism?
Answer the question.
Okay, wait. I'll give you a yes or no. What was it again?
Yeah. So the logic that leads you to believe that you being an atheist would cause you to like believe in the purge and be Dexter and all this stuff. Would that same logic apply to someone that believes in a creator that's indifferent to his creation?
I was reading the comments. I still don't know whether or not to. I'm going to say yes, but I don't know if that's right or not.
Dumbass.
Okay. Well, you were just a deist like 6 months ago. Did you like murder anybody or participate in the purge or any of that?
You're gonna have to say schmurder.
He converted from deism to Christianity.
Well,
Yeah.
no, he converted from deism to Islam, then back to deism. And
Hey, man, that's what happens when you're open-minded. Don't blame
Boy,
me.
jump in size.
Well, that's what being open-minded is.
Hey, Phronesis, I like that you're open-minded.
Yeah, these other people pretend to be open-minded, and then when they see someone really open-minded, they go, "Look at this clown."
I know. You know what I say about those? They were never truly open-minded.
You know what I say? I say this is what they do.
I say
Shark,
that.
just say you. Shark, just say
This
you
is what
evolved.
they do.
Hey,
All right. Say you fucking evolved.
hey.
What's
I'm
the
like
name?
I'm like a Pokemon.
What's the point of joining a religion without knowing it?
I don't know what you mean, like joining it. Like
Wait,
Joining,
but
then leaving, then joining back again.
I don't know if my point was like skipped over or missed, but the
yeah,
point
wait,
is
like if there's no unifying principle, then my existence is meaningless. Then I get to do whatever I want, and then I would just be a hedonist.
But what's true? What's true about deism that's not true about atheism that would prevent you from starting the purge?
Got you. I hold that atheism is the denial of truth.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
Atheism is the denial of truth. Truth is the unifying principle of all true things.
So what? But deists don't believe that there's any purpose to life, right? They would have no reason to believe that. That's presumably what's leading.
Well, that's not an entailment of deism.
Nor is that an entailment of atheism. So.
Nor is that.
No. It would be an entailment of deism if there's a creator that created the world and doesn't care about it. Wouldn't that take away all this purpose that you're trying to present about?
No, the purpose could be hardwired in.
Wait, did Shark say he takes atheism to just be the denial of truth? Is that what he said?
Yeah, capital T.
Well, he's using an idiosyncratic definition. That's fine.
Yeah, don't you define truth as God?
Dude, at that point, you're not even You're not even attempting to capture the common usage. Not even a little bit.
Yeah, and he defines truth as God. I
think he means it entails it.
I'm just waiting for someone to like.
He said he takes atheism to be. He didn't say it entails it. He said he takes atheism to be the denial of truth.
Yeah, atheism is the denial of truth. Yep.
It is denial of truth. How is
It
it
is.
not?
Yeah, so I'm still.
That's
waiting
just
for the day
fucking
that somebody
okay.
Yeah,
I
if
can't say
you
that
guys
word
can
on
present me
TikTok.
with someone with like a rigged.
regarded.
Yeah, if somebody.
No atheist holds that view.
Well,
like,
sorry,
it's not capturing the.
If anybody could like give me like a formally written paper that disproves Alethia's axiom, I'd love to read that.
It's not sound. I told you.
Wait.
There's a lot. You know what it is, President. There's a lot of noises, but there's not a lot of defeaters to Alethia's axiom.
They can't do it. It's not
I don't know,
possible.
man.
Wait, President, can you render Alethia's axiom?
Wow.
Lucy's axiom is just another way of saying the axiom of life, which is God. You can't get rid of it because you can't. You're
Hey,
you're
Sharks,
illogical.
honestly,
You're
is that
illogical
true?
without
Hey, listen,
your
man.
whole
Listen, man.
worldview
Donuts are
is
really good,
illogical
brother.
without
These
God.
Christians are crazy.
Sharks, was that honestly a good representation of a dialectic
I
axiom?
love donuts, brother.
Yeah.
Wait, Shark, just please, can you run those premises by me?
I'm not running like 16 premises right now.
It's
You can go
only
read
like
it.
it's only 6 or something.
That's not true.
No, it's like 17.
Yeah, that's definitely
I
not true.
clicked on that link and I only seen like 7.
Oh, click it again.
That shit is horrible.
I'll wait for the defeater. Yo, hang on, wait. I'm changing my whole worldview to what says in the comments. P1, Gosh is real. Conclusion, Gosh.
You realize
kinda
that
good.
anybody having some argument against or argument for some axiom doesn't have anything to do with whether or not you're defining atheism in a way that is far out of touch with how anybody
Is that the defeater?
normal parlance or
Is that the defeater?
using the term.
Oh, is that the defeater?
Did you listen to anything that I said there?
I don't care if it's not common usage.
Yeah, so you're not okay. Well, I mean, if you're just fine with like sitting in your own corner, jerking off, using words, whatever.
Oh yeah, I think that it's okay for individuals to have their own language system.
I didn't say that it's not okay. I said if you want to sit in your corner jerking off, like using words the way that only you do and nobody else does, you're
Well, as long as it's accurately describing existence itself without equivocating, then I'm okay with that.
What is accurately
Wait,
describing?
what does
mean there?
without equivocating mean there?
No, what does accurately describing reality?
If you read Alethea's axiom, you'll understand it.
Well, how about you just answer the question? What does accurately describing mean there?
How about you just read Alethea's axiom?
Okay, so this guy's just going to refuse to engage.
Okay, so this guy is illiterate.
But by illiterate, you just mean like well versed.
You're gonna
by illiterate, I mean
you're gonna refuse to engage, and when somebody doesn't answer an irrelevant question.
Well,
you're
yeah,
gonna
I'll
call them
engage with you
illiterate,
after you read it.
And you
give
think
me-
that makes you look good?
Well, I definitely think I look good. Absolutely.
Shark, you need to do better, Bucko.
Oh, yeah. You know, I'll make another argument that has no defeater. You know what I mean?
It's just like this guy's not even listening to what I'm saying. He's just saying random things.
Yeah, man. Is that the defeater?
What was the last thing I said, Shark?
I'm pretty sure that it was something along the lines of I have no defeater to your argument.
Yeah, so you're not listening.
Oh. Do you have a defeater for my argument?
I didn't hear your argument, Shark.
Oh, it's the link in my bio. You can go read it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that, but that's not a response to the last thing I said. The last thing I said was that, well, one, the way you're using atheism is far out of touch with the way people are generally using the term. Do you even disagree with that, Shark?
Wait, 1 second. Cage is back, so Cage, if you want to have the floor to air it out with Present, that's fine.
Woohoo! Well, I'll just play this short quick, then Amdir can keep going because Amdir's probably here for a short time. But
Oh, there's nowhere to go until he reads it.
Somebody's like yelling. I can't hear shit. Anyways.
I'm not going to go read the link in Shark's bio. If he wants to explain to me whatever like dumb shit he's on for this week, I'm happy to address it. But
Well, yeah. I mean, you can demonstrate you're not illiterate by going and reading it, and then we can talk about it. But if not, it's okay.
This just seems like if you're just going to say there's not a defeater to my argument, but I refuse to render my argument, I just take that as running.
And I take your inability to read as illiteracy.
That's great, Shark. So just to be clear, you're refusing to render the argument, correct?
Just to be clear, you're illiterate?
No. So you're refusing to render the argument, correct?
No, the argument has already been rendered in a form that you can read.
You're refusing to render it on this panel, correct?
No, it's been rendered. I'm telling you that you can go and read it.
Render it right now on this panel, correct?
I'm refusing to break down 16 premises right now, yeah.
Okay, so you are refusing to render it on this. Thank you. Yeah.
Got you. Let me know if you ever get that defeater.
Wait, Present and Cage,
Yeah,
air it out.
as soon as you render the argument to me verbally, I'll give you the defeater.
As soon as you learn how to read, then maybe you'll have a defeater.
Yeah, I don't have to read every single dumb argument that people put on their.
I guess
so
it'll remain
as soon as
undefeated.
If it's like If you
I guess
actually,
I
if you
guess it'll
care
remain
about, if you
undefeated.
care about having a defeater, then you can go
Oh
ahead
yeah,
and
I guess
render
it'll
the
remain
argument
undefeated then, huh?
that you know if there's any
Shark,
issue with.
listen, Amdir, Shark knows that the moment he starts listing those premises, how foolish he's going to look. So instead of doing that, why doesn't he just troll?
It's already listed.
It
It's
only
public.
makes
It's free.
sense that he doesn't run the argument, so he
Oh, Cage,
doesn't look
did
foolish.
you screen record it on an iPhone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you're
only
gonna have
got
to
this
when
one
you start
part.
your screen recording, you're gonna have to enable your microphone after. I've made that record. The first time I did that was with Present as well.
Well, it's only a 1 minute clip, and it pretty much displays the entirety of like Present's confusion throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't accept this shit.
So I'm
I
gonna
don't accept. I
play.
don't. I
I'm
don't
gonna.
accept the edited 1 minute clip of a fucking argument
It's
to
from
for
the start of our conversation.
to suit your narrative. The same way he just
It's
played a 24
literally.
second.
It's literally a minute
You
long.
guys are weasels at your core. Like
Can you
why
mute
the
him so
fuck
I
would
can
I
play
trust
this?
anything about
What?
you?
That was the first 24 seconds of our interaction. What was taken out of
All right, bro. Like,
Can you
all
mute?
right, bro.
Can you mute him so I can play this? I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna
I'm gonna
fill in my
If it's
responses
edited,
because
if
you
it's
can't
not,
hear me, but you can hear
because you
you.
can't hear. Yeah, I can hear. Okay, cool. You're gonna fill. He's going to fill in his own responses because you can't.
That's
This
kind of
shit is
funny.
a fucking
That's
joke.
kind of funny.
This is a fucking
Well, I'll just
joke.
play it
Man,
with your
suck my
responses
dick, bro.
then.
Hey,
Nah, you a bitch. Like
Cage,
you a bitch from the
Cage,
core.
I
man.
have the recording.
I
so-
won't say anything then. Here, I'll just play it with his
He
responses.
ran. Wait, why did he
I'll just
leave?
play with him. I'll just play with him. Look, I won't even say what I said. It just makes perfect sense. Listen.
You believe in an objective standard? Universal. A universal standard of anything. Objective.
Oh yeah, and you said you're a smartass, right?
Okay, cool. Go for it. Sure. I'm asking about morality being a smartass. Yes, I am. I'm asking about morality.
I have that, Cage.
But objectivity falls under morality.
Is he making a moral
Yeah,
argument?
exactly.
I don't know. I'm gonna go play Marvel Rivals. Love you. If you guys want to play, let me know.
That's why I said it that way on purpose.
Someone just sent. Wait, Shark, come back. Hold on. Someone just sent me this argument the seven premise argument that you run. I just want you to elucidate the inference rules for us. If you could
Look,
come back.
just to finish this shit off with President because he's not here. All I said was he asked me for like, do you have an objective standard to measure anything? So I said the
said
metric
metric.
system.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I was being a smartass. And then he asked me about morality. So I asked if he's asking for my meta-ethical position. And he said, no, I don't care about your meta-ethical position. I just want to know if you believe in something objective morally.
Wait, these guys waited all this time for Cage to bring the video and for Amdir to read the argument, and then they both leave right after.
They both leave.
This is what they do.
Is Shark in here still?
Can we get one of them back up here? Just one?
Can Shark come back? I want him to explain the inference rules.
I mean, Shark, you're welcome.
It just looks blatantly invalid to me.
Oh, it's like wait, Amdir. Like when I read it, I think it's like a non sequitur fest. It's like.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean by invalid. It's just.
I know. That's what I'm saying. There's like 17 premises, and it's just like they each start with a different thing, and they all end with a different thing that doesn't follow.
The one I'm looking at is 7 premises.
That's what I said. I said it's 7. He said, nah, it's 19.
Well, I'm happy to look at the 19 premise version, but I'm very doubtful it'll be, any more formally valid than the 7 premise version.
Okay, just so you're clear, I have the part. I have your whole recording. I was one of the 3 viewers in there when you said, "Yeah, we can measure a 2x4 with the metric system," and Present didn't understand that you were making fun of him.
Okay, good. Because I thought that was the highlight of the entirety of that fuckfest. Because
Yeah, I can send it to you on Dropbox or something or whatever.
I'm not that usually that big of a fucking smartass, but when you're just blatantly stupid and you're so indolent and arrogant, I don't know what to do with that. So my default response is just cunty behavior.
Yeah, I did that earlier in my debate with him. I tried to give him some blatantly obvious thing like a reductio that we would both agree on because he was like, "So you think that corpses can have sense data?" And I was like, "Obviously not, right? Do you think that rocks can have sense data?" And he's like, "I think that they can if they're programmed by God." And I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Look, I mean, at the end, I don't even take Present seriously because he was talking to Jim, and Jim, he made this distinction between God having some sufficient or some epistemically private reasons, whatever,
And
Yeah, like
Jim
what
said,
was the
okay,
thing again?
assume that this God has some epistemically private reasons for X action occurring. Excuse me, where X action is just like intuitively evil. And the next words out of his mouth were, well, that God obviously doesn't exist. So as far as I'm concerned, like, I don't know, he's about as serious to me as like Darth Dawkins or PMARS. It's like a running joke.
Yeah, and actually, now that he has the permission to go live, Darth Dawkins has been in his like rooms, and I think he's just gonna eventually like rub off on him, and he's just gonna be unbearable. But for the moment, he's fun to talk to, even though he's a dumbass.
We need Shark back in here. I want to hear Amdir's critique of.
Well, I just sent him an invite. I don't know if he's going to come back.
He said he was going to go play what? I was listening to my video.
How long was Shark in here before I joined?
Like 20 minutes.
Oh, I don't think
No, it was
It's
not
like
20. It was like 15, 10.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's way different than what I said. Fuck you guys.
Oh, it is. 20 minutes just intuitively seems a lot longer than 15.
Let me whiny wibbly wobbly stuff. Whatever.
I feel like if he was on his live just talking to random TikTok people, he would be happy to render the argument.
Yes, that is, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was like that was kind of cringy because I know he would have ran all those premises on his own panel.
I'm not
I
even
have the
convinced
argument.
he's serious about any of these things. I mean, with all the
Like I have the
communication-
argument. Like it's in front of me. I can read his argument if you want. He sent it to me.
Yeah, we all have it. Go ahead and read it.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able, if he's not here and you're reading the argument, he's not going to be able to explain like what the inference rules are, because there aren't any. But
Well, there's a conclusion between P1 and P2, so that's about as much as I take from that.
Well, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at P1. If God exists, then God must be perfect. P1 conclusion: God must be perfect. P2: if God must be perfect, then an embodiment of God must be perfect. P2 conclusion: an embodiment of God must be perfect. P3: if an embodiment of God must be perfect, then Jesus must be the highest possible standard of human
The
perfection.
fuck?
P3 conclusion: Jesus must be the highest possible standard of human perfection. P4: if Jesus is the highest possible standard of human perfection, then Jesus is the embodiment of God. P4 conclusion: Jesus is the embodiment of God. P5: if Jesus is the embodiment of God, then Jesus is the way. P5 conclusion: Jesus is the way.
That's a different argument than I
you
have.
could agree with every single premise of that argument and the conclusion and still not think that God exists.
Wait, is
And-
the argument a conditional? What does it mean? What does it mean to start the argument with the
It
if?
sounds like it's going to be one really that what Cage just read is one very long hypothetical syllogism. So the conclusion will end up being something like, "If God exists, then Jesus is the highest standard." Whatever the last thing was.
But Amdir, I'm asking, is that if there is that like some type of conditional like?
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I said you could accept the conclusion and still think God doesn't exist.
No, to clarify though, OG, the conditional is the conclusion is a hypothetical, or a conditional. Sorry, the conclusion is a conditional.
Because the if is in the first premise. What does that if do? I thought the
Well,
if
it's
was
okay
the
to have
conditional.
it's okay to have a conditional premise in the first premise. That's how you start with like a modus ponens argument. But the conclusion, if it has a conditional, doesn't really do anything because you're still
Oh,
just.
got you. Wait, what was the conclusion, Cage?
Jesus is the way. But to be clear, your conclusion can have a like conditional if it's a supporting argument for like some main argument where the conditional is one of the premises.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, standalone, it doesn't do anything though, right? I mean, like on its own, you still need. Like,
Well, I mean, if you accept that the argument is sound, which almost no sane person would ever accept that, but like if you were to accept that, then you might accept the conditional that if God exists, then Jesus is the way.
Right. Which does nothing. It's like, who
I'm
cares?
proud of this. We've not said a single Dewey joke this entire time. Yeah, I know. I'll see myself out. Anyways.
All right. Well, can we send Present another invite or?
I might lose brain cells if he comes back in here. Oh, fuck it. Let's send it
What
to
do you
him.
mean? Present is the smartest TikTok user besides Angel Investor.
It
Yeah,
says follow back when I press his profile. I gotta screenshot it.
they're definitely on par with each other. I agree with you there.
I wonder, Angel Investor, Present, Russell, PRK, Wit, Eddie.
I don't think Wit is as bad
Wit
as this.
doesn't debate.
Yes, she
I don't.
does.
I just think she's.
For real.
Well, when it comes to maybe she's like really good at theology. I don't give a shit about theology, so that's maybe my like fault. But when it comes to philosophy, anybody that says a noun is their theory of truth, I can't have a conversation with that.
My take is that Wed is like a nice person, but as good at debate as the rest of the people you mentioned.
No,
It's a really conservative
I
take.
think Wit could easily body those people on almost any topic.
If they'd fucking listened for more than 3 seconds, like, pretty sure I've heard Russell and Cartesian. I wouldn't even call it a debate. It was more or less Cartesian just teaching Russell what probabilities were and how.
Why are you saying the kid's name like that?
What? What name? Cartesian?
Russell.
So
That's his name.
You're trying to say it like asshole. It's
No, I'm
Rasul.
not. English
It's not
isn't my.
Rasul. It's Rasul.
Mitch,
Look.
isn't material implication the rule of replacement where you can get not A or B from A entails B? Or is that material conditional?
Material implication is equivalent to not A or B.
I meant, is material implication the name of the rule of replacement, or is it material conditional?
I'm not sure what you're asking.
The rule of replacement that I'm referring to.
Yeah, I don't know what the rule of replacement is.
The one that you just said, the equivalency.
The rule of replacement is A implies B is equal to not B or A.
Yeah. Is that called material implication, or is that called material conditional?
Yeah, that's called material. Well, I don't know if there's a difference between the two, but I know that's called a material implication.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, presume Shark did come back in here. Is anything really going to change after? Usually it goes, there's some hyperfixation. It's been Islam, it's been atheism, it's been Christianity, so on and so forth.
Consent.
This is like going to die off in 2 months, anyways.
It'll just be entertaining for like 5 minutes. That's all. Yeah, consent. I forgot about that arc. I'm glad that's over with.
Don't ask him about it. He'll re-spark it.
Virtue. What was it? Virtue
consequentialism.
Yeah,
I asked Sharks what he gained when he perused the world of atheism, and he said he learned that mental illness was real. So, if that's what
He learned that, so he didn't know before.
Yeah, exactly.
He experienced the mental illness.
There's a lot Shark didn't know before, but I mean,
What was Shark like when he first started debating? I wasn't here.
basically the same as he is now.
Well, no, he first started. No, his account started trying to prove Megalodon exists. That's how his account. I don't know if he's debating it, but he was posting videos about it and stuff. That's how he got all these followers. Like, he went
I
viral.
don't care about that. I couldn't give two fucks if he is.
The
if
first
he's Charlie
time I remember
D'Amelio.
him.
I just assumed he bought the account.
The first time I remember him debating was when he was Dia Shark, and then that's when he was arguing for like the kind of deism Bart does.
I thought he bought the
Deism.
account.
Wait,
Deism
Bart's a
Shark.
deist?
Deism Shark.
Dia Shark, yeah, he was arguing that the universe was created by some like some mind that had intentions. I don't know, it's really weird. It's like the same thing that Bart argues for.
I've never heard Bart argue for. I'm not surprised he would, but I've just never considered deism to be like a major position I should spend a lot of time looking into.
I forget what they call it. It's what's it?
Essentialism.
No, it's like It's not bear deism, but it's a name like that. But I forget the name. Open deism. We should call it open deism.
Open theism. Eh?
Yeah.
Isn't deism already like classically open? Like what the
I don't
fuck?
know, man. You have to. It's something that created the universe. It's not a mind, and the reason why
I
they call
thought.
this
I
thing
mean, I thought it
God.
was supposed to be a play on words from open theism. Is that not correct, sir?
I have no idea. I'm just telling you what they said.
That was what always confused me. Was I thought that they had said it was supposed to be a play on words from open theism, but open theism is about God's knowledge of future counterfactuals, and I mean,
Yeah.
arguably their version of God doesn't have knowledge, so I don't really know what the
No,
analogy
it's
is
not.
supposed to be.
I thought open theism was about God's knowledge of the future in general. And are you thinking of Molinism?
No, open theism is. Wait, I just said God's open theism is about whether or not God has knowledge of future counterfactuals. I mean, that is just knowledge about the future, because knowledge about the future is, counterfactuals. The future, and well, it might depend a little bit on theories of time, but yeah.
Yeah, they don't even believe.
Well, like for example, like God knows that I will wake up tomorrow or something like that, right? That's only is okay. But I thought counterfactual is where is where is where it's not the antecedent, where it's false, right?
No, that's counterpossibles.
I thought a counterpossible is where the antecedent is impossible.
Yeah, you're right. But counterfactuals, I don't think the antecedent has to be false for it to be counterfactual. I could be wrong there. I mean, you can say, but
well, like
I thought counterfactuals are just
counterfactual if not A, then something.
I thought a counterfactual is just where the antecedent is possible. So that could be the antecedent is true or false.
Relating to or expressing what has not happened or is not the case.
Okay, sure.
How a given. Let me check SCP. Because I thought a counterfactual is when it's false.
Well, listen, just to not to belabor the point, but just to kind of get with what I was saying. This idea they have of God is like some natural thing that's not random, that has intentions but doesn't have a mind, that created the universe.
It's not random, but it has intentions.
Yeah, it's like
with no mind.
I mean, on certain theories of time, I mean, future propositions.
Counterfactual conditionals are conditional sentences which discuss what would have been true under different circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
That's
because I thought open theism just like usually it was that God doesn't have knowledge of the future, not just knowledge of.
We can just say
counterfactual of creaturely freedom.
We can just say God doesn't have knowledge of the future to keep it like theory of time agnostic, because yeah, that's fine.
Wait, Amdir, do you see any problems with the infinite regression?
No.
No, easily no. Wait, Davey, do you want to tell Amdir about the power chord argument?
Sure. So premise 1, in a causal series, an extension chord either has power from itself or power from another. Premise 2, an extension chord must have power from another. So conclusion 1, an extension chord has power from another, or every extension chord has power from another. It's like disjunctive syllogism from the predicates. Then premise 3.
Wait, how was, before we go further than that, you said premise 1, an extension chord either has power from itself or another. Premise 2, an extension chord has power from another. Conclusion, extension chord has power from another. I mean, how is that not just whatever?
Premise 2,
whatever.
That's what he said. I just wrote premise.
I mean, that's just clearly like a completely uninformative sub-argument. But continue.
Yeah. No, I just wrote premise 2 out, so it's disjunctive syllogism as negation of the other disjunct, right?
Yeah. But I mean, that's just P, therefore P. But continue.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, then premise 3: if there's an infinite series of extension chords where every member has power from another, then no member has power in itself.
Okay.
Premise 4: if there's an infinite series of extension chords and where no member has power in itself, then no member can have power from another.
Yeah, why would anybody accept that premise?
I know, right? Yeah, that was my first thought as well. And I just, how he actually said it was if no member member has power in itself, then no member can have power from another. So without if there's an infinite series, I had to add that because if you don't add that, then you can just derive anything you want from explosion from 1, 2, 4. Yeah, and then if you add the infinite series part, so it's also relevant to premise 3 because premise 3 has the infinite series part, then it's deductively valid unless you reject 4. Or you can basically make it deductively valid, like you can prove it. I just did.
Yeah.
A few minutes ago.
It was when you popped.
I mean, obviously, I just would want to know how they're motivating that. If no one,
he said he has arguments for that premise.
I mean, I would love to see those arguments. I haven't seen them in the literature anywhere, so if he has something novel, I would love to see it.
Yeah, he actually had a premise in his argument that I took out, which was just like, it was so if we just say for all x, ix or ox, and ix just means it gets its power from itself, and ox means it gets its power from outside. He had in his argument, if a chord gets its power from itself, then it doesn't get its power from outside, or something like that. Like he had a conditional where it's if the one disjunct is true, then the other is false, which is completely
not needed
for a disjunctive syllogism.
Right. Wait, did he give you the supporting argument for the premise that if it doesn't get its power from itself,
he
then it doesn't
Wi-Fi, and then he didn't come back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's disappointing. I would have liked to see.
It was Scholastic Scholar. What was it?
Something like that. Scholastic
Scholarly Theos or something.
Guys, by the way, if you guys are interested in this sort of thing, like arguments for this sort of per se or hierarchical infinitism, or arguments against this per se or hierarchical infinitism, there's a very good paper by let me find the guy's name. Actually, that's embarrassing. I forget his name now. The guy who wrote a paper responding to this. Let me find it.
How embarrassing. I'm just kidding.
You still can't check Discord, by the way?
Wait, I can check Discord. What's on Discord?
Not you, not you.
I'll check right now. I can check it now.
What server are you guys in?
He just sent it to me in a message.
Controversial server.
No, he just sent me a message on Discord. It wasn't in like a group or something.
So if you're looking at the proof, 1 through 4 is just 1 through 4 is the first 4 premises of the argument, and then 5 is the assumption that there's an infinite chain.
Yeah.
Then 6 is regarding the second disjunct, and then 14 is regarding the first disjunct. And it's just showing that the first and second disjunct feel a contradiction if there's an infinite series.
I found the paper I was talking about that I wanted to recommend. Is Grounding Infinite Regress of the Thomistic Cosmological Argument by Thomas O'Barrell. That's the one that addresses these like per se and hierarchical infinite series, a response to the Thomistic stuff.
It defends infinite regression?
So Thomas O'Barrell grounding infinite what?
Thomas O'Barrell Grounding Infinite Regress and the Thomistic Cosmological Argument.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, okay.
What are the usual objections to infinite regression?
Well, there's a lot of objections. I mean, so William Lane Craig. Oh, what were you gonna say, Davey?
It's just unintuitive. Like people it's incredulity mostly that I see.
Well, William Lane Craig gives 2 arguments one from the impossibility of the actual infinite, and 2 from the impossibility of successive addition, and then Proust and Kuhn's like to give Grim Reaper style objections to infinite regresses.
Yeah, like
There's also
Bernadette.
Thompson's lamp. Yeah, the Bernadette paradoxes. There's Thompson lamp paradoxes. Infinite lottery paradoxes. There's a handful of other ones. Yeah, the sniper one.
Yeah.
But
sniper one
do all these analogies like hold any substance?
Sniper one is the worst.
Yeah, but they're all the same kind of deal.
Well, I think there's some differences between them, but I mean they're a little bit subtle. So the Thompson's lamp, sniper paradoxes, Hilbert's hotel, Methuselah's diary, all the ones in those family are sort of similar, but Bernadette's paradoxes are a little bit different. And there's a whole different host of Bernadette paradoxes. And then I think infinite lottery paradoxes are also a little bit different from the other two classes that I mentioned.
Amdir, do you remember when I cooked you using tag? Do you remember that?
Well, I disagree with the characterization of that event, but I remember what you're talking about.
Okay.
That went nowhere.
I remember when you tried to cook me using tag.
No. I remember when I did cook you. Do you have any evidence that suggests that my memories are not accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Venus.
what's your argument that your sense data is reliable? Obviously.
Wait,
Exactly.
Venus, do you think that Amdir thinks logic exists?
Depends on what you mean by existence. You see, that's a loaded question.
Oh.
A loaded question.
By existence, I just mean has a spatial temporal location.
I mean, if you write it down on paper, it technically does.
Well, the words have the sort of ink on the paper has a spatial temporal location, but it doesn't mean that the laws themselves do.
If you put logic into quotes or something like that.
Well, you don't even have a spatial temporal location, so.
What's the argument for that?
The argument for that is that you can't prove that I'm not the only person who's actually conscious and that you're not a program.
Good job.
Wait, Amdir, have you seen that that edit of you from that new account?
Of course.
Edit.
It's really funny.
I see this. Someone share it to me. I want to see this.
Wait, what is it?
It's what I don't remember what it's called. It's called like debate TikTok, like hottest debate.
It's
something like
it's
that.
called Baddies of Debate Talk. That's the account.
Is that what it's called? Oh, here's the ad. It's at Debate Talk Baddies.
Okay.
That's the gayest name ever. Debate Talk Baddies. What the hell?
I mean, it's not more than Venus.
Well, I actually am. So.
Wait, not
Yeah,
more
you,
than
you,
your. Wait,
you
what's
literally
your
stole your
alphabet?
name from an actually good philosophy debater.
And who's that?
I mean, I don't know about actually good, but
Well, I mean, actually good compared to TikTok.
Where did I steal my name from?
You know where.
Do you have any evidence to suggest that I know where?
Yeah, what's your alt account's name?
York. Yeah, that's the
Say
name.
it fast.
No, I'm okay.
All right, so that's a concession, right?
I mean, the last name is Oxmoor.
So the W concession.
You know how in Japanese they say the last name before the first name?
No,
Really? Doesn't
I don't
everyone?
watch. Yeah, I don't watch cartoons.
Bruh, anime is not cartoons.
I didn't say anything about anime.
It's actually so cringe when people act like anime is cartoons. It's not like your typical, like Western cartoon. Like anime is like the Japanese kids.
Because anime isn't a Western cartoon, therefore anime isn't a cartoon.
No, Danny, why are you trying to put it into a syllogism? What the hell?
Wait, sorry that we think that
How is that a syllogism? That's just
You
like
tried to. You gave like.
that's not a syllogism.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Wait,
That's just like
this
basic,
explains it. Yeah, if you're just
basic
making
reason.
category errors all over the place, then that would explain why you don't think that animes are cartoons.
Damn.
That's crazy. Someone cook this. Apparently, I'm getting cooked.
I'm
Yeah.
recording.
What's fun? It's
Let me
funny
say
because
hello to my #1 fan in the chat. Hi, Truly Cosmic.
Truly Cosmic, I miss you alive. Where did you go, girl? You had the funniest laugh ever.
Okay, gotta say hey to the best mod in the chat. What's up, Purple Giraffe? Okay, Kyler, you say hey to somebody from the chat now.
I can't see the chat actually.
Oh yeah, you swiped
I haven't
over.
turned off. Yeah.
Nice. That's kind of goated. It's good for recording integrity.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like to keep myself honest by like whenever I post a video, people can like see that the chat is either like egging me on or like saying that I suck.
Kind of just like clutters the video. Just think of like any like theistic arguments that are pretty like.
Hi, Mitch the scientist.
What is the argument? Case in, or have you guys heard of the probability arguments? Like it's more probable that God exists because, I guess the universe shows things that a God would do.
No, but me and Kason and
Have you heard that from them?
No, but me and Kason and Megs were watching Malpass and Rasmussen talk about how a god could be powerful enough to fine tune, but not powerful enough to stop evil or something. The debate they had.
The limited God hypothesis.
Yeah.
When did Malpass and Rasmussen talk about that? I've never seen that. I saw them talk about the infinite on 2 occasions, but I didn't see that video.
I can send you a link. I don't know when it was. I don't know how recent it was, but maybe I'm quoting the Rasmussen person wrong. But it was an R name, and they recently became a theist because of some.
Yeah, Rasmussen did not recently become a theist.
Yeah,
Wait,
are you
G
sure
of
you're
Goth
not
or
thinking?
something
Are
like
you
that?
sure you're not thinking of Goth?
Yeah, maybe.
Philip Goff does the psychophysical harmony stuff, right?
I don't know. I think this was.
I've never seen Malpass talk to Goth either.
Wait, Amdir, would you ever? I would have loved to see Amdir debate Jay Dyer.
I have debated Jay Dyer. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like
Are you
10 or
serious?
15. It's like 10 or
Hold
15
on.
minutes, 20 minutes
Let
long
me
or something.
pull this shit up. There's no way.
That's what
I mean, that's just one of the. That's just one of the prereqs.
Yeah, Jay, I was.
You've debated Jay.
I don't see that as an accomplishment. I see that as a waste of time.
No, I'm not saying it's I'm saying I would have never thought that happened.
Oh, like you wouldn't have thought it.
You don't know how many precepts I've had.
Speaking
you
of-
don't know how many precepts have talked to me and said you should talk to Jay Dyer, and I'm like, I already have.
Yeah, Jay Dyer's trash.
Jay
Should I
Dyer,
watch Dillahunty
Jay
versus-
Dyer is not impressive. He's confused about almost everything. When I talked to him,
Speaking of precepts,
well, you can watch it and see. He was really confused about how.
Yo, I gotta go in like 3 minutes.
No.
3 minutes.
I know.
Well, we have to do
Get on the big
1:36 Central Time.
Wait, Yuji, how did you do that weird timer thingy that made it look like I was gonna blow up?
I'm
Wait,
gonna
where are you
gatekeep now
at?
because you're leaving.
Oh, is it this?
Is it this?
Yeah. Is it? What do you mean? Is it this? That's what it says.
Look at that, Andy. There's your name on the big 4K television.
On the big screen, dude. Holy.
Wait.
Smokes.
Pull up my YouTube channel. I'm just kidding.
Look at Amdir down there.
He's had the same picture of Lane Craig being
Why
buff.
are my graphics so bad for the video?
I'm gonna watch this when I get some free time.
Dude, Lane, fucking Craig was flexing on people while signing books.
Yes, Rebecca.
The wife beater.
Hey,
Okay, guys.
Yuji.
All right, right here. Take care, brother.
Bye. I love you.
Yeah,
How do you do
Logic
the
out.
timer?
Bye.
Okay, you tap on some person's profile picture, and then like a bar pops up, and then it's like one of the icons is like a timer.
Oh. Watch, he's gonna do it to the black guy. I guarantee it. Watch
I'm
out,
also
Amdir.
black.
Okay, I've selected Cage's profile, but
Ah, knew it.
there's not a timer.
It's because I'm just flawless. Oh no! Don't do that. Oh no, oh no. No. And the argument that Kaysen runs to convince atheists is nomological harmony.
He runs nomological harmony as a meme.
I don't
All right,
know.
guys, it's been fun. Okay, love you. Good night.